Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and welcome back to another episode of New Amsterdam. To start things off, we are going to start with a phone call. Lucky, you are at your apartment, right? You're at the condo.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the background, we see fucking Scav. He's fucking around. He's probably drumming something out on his knees. He just took some sludge and he's kind of zoned in, that sort of thing. Got a headphone in.
The other one
And
blaring something.
What were you saying?
The other one blaring something.
Oh yeah, no, you hear like definite hearing damage level, like fucking loudness coming through his headphones, you know. Yeah. And he's like doing some cool fucking drum shit on his knees.
Hello.
And go ahead.
Who's it from?
Yeah, it's a number. No.
It's an unknown number?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Damn it, I get too many of these in a day. Click. Hello?
Howdy there. Would this happen to be a Ms. Lucky?
Alright, Tech, she got 2 minutes.
Well, you know, I don't have to do business with you. I was just... My friend Richter, he called in a favor to me, the only favor I still owed him, and basically said something along the lines of you might be looking to get into the real estate game, particularly owning a piece of this fabulous city. So I figured I would extend my hand out and give you a reach, because, you know, y'all are, well, I've heard of y'all lightly through a couple of the underbrushes, and you seem like a solid investment who might be able to afford something. So, I figured I'd give you a call.
You know Club Fuck?
Yeah?
Meet me and my group there. We'll talk.
Meet at Club Fuck, alright. Well, I ain't been to Club Fuck since I was a college kid, but sounds good to me.
Belladontra will be very happy to meet you, I'm sure.
And it's like, oh, I know Bella. Well, I'll meet you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah. Yeah.
Group
So
chat, I put, hey, got a realtor. We're gonna meet at Club Fuck. Don't you know all real business happens in strip clubs?
Of course.
S&M strip clubs.
This is very true.
Hey,
I only knew one here that I would bother going to.
That's fair. You could have gone to Showgirls, but also you probably have never been to Showgirls.
No.
The big hot spot to go to, by the way, is Zween Shemaya's Palace. That's like the big super club.
Sounds too expensive.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah. So, are y'all gonna go to this meeting?
Yeah, just send out the deets.
Yep.
Besides, Belladontra likes us.
Yeah. Devlin and Spate, are you guys going?
Yeah, he'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might as well. Sure, it could be fun.
All right, sick. So yeah, you guys are kind of like maybe it's a nighttime engagement and it's like during the day sort of thing. So the day goes by, mostly uneventful for all of you. You pull up probably about 8 o'clock to the front of Club Fuck. The big ass bouncer that you guys know kind of like sees all you pull up. The only person that he doesn't know is oh no, he knows Lucky. So yeah, you guys pull up. He gives you all the head nod, right? You guys get through to the front of the line. Maybe some jackass businessman is like, "Hey, what the fuck? I'm paying good money." And the guy's like, "Shut it. Get in the club if you get in the club." You know.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys sidle up to the bar. and the music is blaring, and you see a man. He is very clearly not. You make him instantly, right? Deltrick and Richter are with you guys as well. I'd like to point out, and Hacker Hank. We'll even say Hacker Hank is there. But yeah, you see this guy, cowboy hat on, nice suit made out of like the syntholine kind of material, so it's got those like triangle patterns in it, but it's set up like a padded shoulders kind of Wild West suit. Got a cyber cow skull bolo tie, and boots that the tips of kind of almost point into a semicircle, with a skull cap on either of them. And he's just drinking some sort of neat drink at the bar.
Whiskey, neat, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Richter's.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is that your guy, Richter?
Yeah, that's the guy. He's good people. Maybe a
kind of-
little brash, but good people.
What kind of favor could he owe you?
Well, we'll leave that like a lot of your past. Not exactly elaborated on.
Are you calling me shallow?
No, I'm calling you shady. All of us are. We're edge runners. Privacy first.
Giving you shit.
Yeah.
And probably...
And,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Just gonna probably look at the rest and say, so, do we want to talk to Heck Gunderson over there?
Let's go.
Pretty sure we have to. Isn't that why we're here?
It
A
was
valid
mostly
point.
rhetorical. I was... You know what? Never mind.
Yeah. And you guys kind of like start walking up, and he looks in the crowd, sees Richter, and sees the rest of you, kind of eyes you up and down, kind of gets a big smile, his bushy brown mustache kind of parting ways, and he finishes the neat drink he has, sets it down, and goes, well, shit, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I didn't even know that you'd be here, Richter, and kind of reaches out a hand and shakes Richter's hand, and he's like, well, be honest, didn't know if you would be here either. Kind of smiles, goes, I don't back down from no business engagements, even if the folk you were running with were, folk. And he kind of looks at you and goes, but where are my manners? I'm sorry. My name is Rich Magnum. Call me Rich. Or he's like, call me Rich. My father was Richard. Don't call me Dick, because Dick Magnum's a little gratuitous. And he sticks out his hand to all of you.
I laugh at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
Yeah. And yeah, he shakes all of your hands.
Yeah.
That'll let him. You
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
He goes, so. And at this point, like the club music of just like that classic like Boots and Cats kind of vibe is going on in the background. He's like, so, y'all want to go somewhere a little more private before we're drowned out and deafened?
I suppose we can ask Belladondra to borrow a spot.
Yeah. And he's like, don't worry, already did. Kind of looks over at the bartender, and this dude who's in like the kind of straps with that like sailor S&M kind of vibe, like nods and fucking walks opens up kind of the, you know, those, what are those called, those little half doors they put on bars that flip up, you know, those have got to have a name.
I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Flips that up and kind of leads you guys in, opens up an employees only door, and you walk behind this door, he closes it, and immediately the soundproofing back here is amazing, right?
I wonder why.
Yeah. You start walking back, and there's these rooms that have these kind of shaded glass shaded glass doors on them with these like thick walls with like black pinned leather all over it, right? Like a couch cushion that has a whole bunch of buttons in it. And he finally takes you to one at the very end, opens it up, and it's a room that is somewhat well lit, but not too well lit, of course. It's got a small speaker that's playing the music lightly. In the very center, there's a table with a instead of a stripper pole, it's like a strap swing that's just kind of dangling there with no one in it. And yeah, there's like a big round couch. And like there's probably a couple round couches that are segmented and little end tables, that sort of thing. Yeah, like walks in and says, "Shit, this place is surprisingly tasteful and nice."
Thought you said. Oh, that's right. You said you hadn't been here in a while.
Yeah, kind of sits down, says, "How about y'all join me in here?"
Yeah, might as well.
Devin will sit down.
Yeah. You
Yep.
guys sit down, all of you. And these couches are super fucking comfortable. And they give you the VIP treatment too. Bartender steps out of the way, and a serving girl walks in. And like she's got like blinders on, so you don't even know how she's like walking around seeing anything. And she like gives sets like several bottles of booze. There's like a bottle of really nice whiskey that Rich immediately goes for and pours himself a glass. And then there's like a bottle of vodka, a couple bottles of wine, like like that sort. Like you guys are getting a little bit of every kind of booze there. And bartender kind of sets down a drink menu and says, "Need anything? Just hit that red button by the door."
Thank you.
Yeah, he kind of goes, "It's on the house. The madam says that, madam says that anything you guys get here is on the house."
Oh.
Probably just lift an empty glass and nod to him.
Yeah, he
Wow.
exits knowing the cue, right?
Yep.
And yeah, Rich is like, "Right. So,
Devin will hold out his glass for some of that bottle that he's drinking.
and goes, "Oh shit," and pours out a little bit and says, "Hopefully by the end of the night we kill 3 of these, ain't that right?" Sort of thing, and kind of like nudges whoever's next to him, probably Richter.
Jesus.
Kind of
So-
sets the bottle down.
So, I understand you at least have some properties?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a few properties. First things first, wanting to know. I've got some. So the lowest properties I've got to sell right now, because y'all are a group, so I'm assuming you're not wanting singles. Lowest I got 75. Highest I've got is 85.
When he's saying that, he means 8,500?
You can ask him.
I'm assuming it's 85,000. So he said, all right, so the properties themselves are what?
Well, I got a few options. He kind of pulls out a portfolio and like, this dude's fucking ready. He's like, "Now, Richter didn't tell me an operating budget, but he gave me a bit of a hint. So, I don't know if how you guys take that, but he lays out 3 tablets, right? And
oh, shit, I was muted.
what did you
Sorry.
say?
I just said probably just kind of give Richter a glance, but remain expressionless otherwise.
Yeah, says, "So, what I got for you?" Oh, go ahead.
Nothing.
Yeah, he's like, "What I got for you?" And on the first tablet, pulls it up and he's like, "Well, cheapest thing that I've got. It's out in cheapest thing I've got is out in Plantage. It is a octuplex, meaning you got 8 separate rooms. It's a little apartment building. 8 rooms, basement, 2 floors, 2 common rooms, 10 bathrooms, decent net connection, and not too much shit gets stirred up in Plantage. And of course, I don't need to tell you the convenience of being right near the pipe.
Okay.
He's like, that would be the 75,000. The 80,000 happened to be out here in Red Light. There's a club out here, recently went under, so I procured the area. Convenience of the club is that it does, in fact, still have employees attached to it. They're just waiting in limbo right now, so if you guys wanted to own and operate a club, you got a built-in little infrastructure. He's like, yeah, it's about on the south side of Red Light, kind of towing the line between Red Light and Centrum. Fast response time, but you know, they can't do shit in Red Light if the vices say they don't. He's like, and as for the third one, the 85,000, got a little spot out here in Zeeburg, right by the canal, or not the canal, right by the trams, right? It's up in the northern part of Zeeburg. Big old warehouse. This place has pretty much every amenity you're going to need space-wise. It's got very strong net connection. We're talking crystal clear. Couldn't get better unless you're in Nemo. Well, in Nemo as of, what, 4 days ago at this point?
Really? What happened there?
Oh, shit. You ain't seen the scream sheets? Whole goddamn place went up. Well, not whole goddamn place. Big-ass bomb went off there, though.
Who'd they piss off, you think?
Fuck if I know. I don't ask no questions like that. As far as I'm concerned, Nemo ain't my tenant, so I don't give a shit about what they do.
Kind of shrugs.
That's a fair philosophy.
Yeah. It's like... So, out of these three properties, there is one commonality, and that commonality would be me. I happen to be one of the finest realtors, if I do say, in the entirety of New Amsterdam. And that's for one reason only. I have a staff of lawyers. 2 counts as a staff. And we work within every single ability to ensure that your rights are observed at all times by any authority figures. So, say for instance, you got White Wolf knocking on your door saying, hey now, y'all are doing some illegal shit. Well, personally, I don't know anybody of my tenants who does illegal things. And if they did, well, of course I wouldn't have asked the questions, nor would I have hired it out to them. He kind of gives a wink to the room. Goes, what I do, however, is I call in these people who might be over at Nemo, or not at Nemo, at White Wolf, and I say, hey, according to this subsection of this here law, this property is currently needing a 24-hour loop before you can even come in. And even if you do want to come in, I will take it to the court. You see, I'm a tireless advocate for my customers because, the way I find it, those of y'all who I make sure can make money end up paying me more later down the line when they need to grow out of their space.
So,
A very fair concept, too.
So just get this straight. Are we talking 85 a month?
85,000 a month? No, hell no. I'm talking up front. I don't do rent. I don't do rent. I don't do none of that.
Then what's in it for you to keep running security after we've paid you?
Well, A, little thing called loyalty. B, I'm often a lucrative contract offerer. And C, well, every little bit of utilities that you pay off to Democracy Limited, that happens to look real good on my credit score, which means I can purchase a new property. And on top of that, when I purchase that new property, I get more credit score.
And don't forget, we're probably paying a lot more than it's actually worth, but it comes with a lot of perks.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I like to be fully transparent. These properties generally worth about 30,000 less than what you're paying, but at the same time, you ain't got a toady to no motherfucker who's not going to give you the respect that you deserve. Let me tell you my resume. I got to the point where I was selling every goddamn property that the River Rats ever wanted to purchase, and then they cut me out of their game. But Richter over here can tell you, I made some pretty good sales, and I never once bilked on any of my agreements that I tried to make with them.
I don't doubt it.
And, yeah, Richter kind of nods and goes, like I said, Good people. Little shit, or a little brash, but good people.
Is the nightclub specifically zoned as such, or could it be converted into any other type of commercial interest?
Now, it could definitely be turned into any other commercial interest, but benefit of owning a nightclub happens to be this. You have not only easily hideable cash flow, but a large portion of people coming in and out at any time, meaning it is very easy for you to kind of, oh, I don't know, make sure that certain people get to lie low pretty easy, make sure you know how to weed out and filter out people who you don't want in there, built-in eyes and ears, and on top of that, you know, nightclubs do pretty damn well in this city. But, of course, zoning don't mean shit. Maybe pay a couple thousand to rezone into a different business type, but zoning don't mean shit.
Don't forget, we do have an expert on our side. Looking over to, did Dove come with us?
Dove actually did not come with you.
Okay, yeah, like we do have well, clubs that might be able to help us run things. I'm trying to give him a reason to not be with us for some things.
Yeah. No, as far as you guys know, Dove kind of took said like, send me my thing, I gotta lie low. He didn't really elaborate.
He just doesn't like us. I get it. He can't handle the cool kids club.
So Spade, one interesting thing about the nightclub is it is right by your loft. It's literally like a block away. Or it's actually this side of the bridge.
That's why I was leaning more towards that in my head. But
Right.
The nightclub
I'm
isn't
just
a
seeing
bad
what everybody
idea.
else says.
Right.
Only downside is, not exactly somewhere we can. If we needed long-term storage, that's something we'd have to go elsewhere for.
Sure. You'd be like, I'll give you the pros and cons of each of these places, as far as I can tell, because again, I am a fan of being transparent to the people I work with. So, nightclub, you already got the pros. Here's the cons. Yeah, it's got storage. That's fine. It's got a whole ass attachment just for all the booze and favors that you're going to be selling out of it. But at the same time, security for the nightclub, that's going to be mostly on y'all. You'll probably want to get in good with the local gangs. And of course, it being a nightclub, yeah, if you set it up right, you can weed people out. But anyone can pose as a Joe Jack looking for some cheap thrills. So generally want to make sure that you don't piss off the right people. Pissing off the wrong people's fine. It's easy to see them coming from a block away. But pissing off the right people, that's where you're fucked. Warehouse, a little expensive. Great access to the Amstel. And you got a lot of space up there. Problem is, though, actually setting up anything that isn't logistics out there is going to be a little bit of a trick. Yeah, it's got good net presence, but the whole goddamn thing is concrete, and building anything that's actually livable in there, it's going to be a little tricky. Mainly because, the air out in Zeeburg, I mean, y'all live in this city. Off by the Amstel, probably not the healthiest place to live. Top of that, real easy to raid a warehouse. I mean, fucking, you get all four sides surrounded and you're fucked, right? Like, there ain't no side exits, nothing. You mainly got a big door and a small door. Well, a couple big doors and a small door or two. As for the Octoplex, well, Plantage, real quiet neighborhood. Not a lot of fucking about happening in Plantage, and you're pretty close to some pretty important neighborhoods. You got Canal Belt south to your east. You got the pipe down to your south to your you got Canal Belt south to your west. You got Artis to your east, which I don't know why you'd be messing with them, but damned if you ain't gonna get a great view of it. You even got Ooster Park right near you if you're looking to go natural. But problem with that is It's a fucking apartment complex. You ain't gonna be able to store a lot in there. Maybe a few pallets, something or other, you know. But benefit, 8 places already rated to be lived in. Some nice areas where you can set up command centers. I mean, it's really quite a nice area if you wanna all go roommates.
Hmm. I don't particularly have an opinion one way or the other. What do you guys think?
Mm,
Having a good cover might work.
The-
I mean,
the
a nightclub
nightclubs.
is nice.
It just seems
Not
to offer
bad,
the most
but
benefits.
getting some getting some trustworthy, well, staff is going to be the first part of the trick.
And what were you saying, Scene?
Oh, I was agreeing with the nightclub.
Okay, yeah.
Well, maybe we could have a talk with the madam here and see if she wouldn't mind collaboration. I mean, expanding her business is good for her, correct?
I mean, that's. I know we did a good thing for her, but business is business. Enter at your own risk. That's just what I think.
Well, one I don't like the warehouse specifically because it's too hard to defend.
Hmm.
And it's too obvious.
I don't know. You could make a good logistics company out of it.
God damn it.
What? What?
Huh.
What'd I do?
I know what you did. You know what you did.
What'd I do?
Logistics company. Come on. You know what you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Well,
Is this one of those jokes I'm not in enough games to understand?
yeah, just
Not
one game that
naming
you're
and
not in.
mechanics.
Yeah, we run a logistics company in Hinge to Minge in a warehouse,
I don't know what you're talking about.
and he's being smart.
God.
What? Logistics company? You know what? I have a great idea for a logistics company name. Could do Phoenix Logistics.
Listen here, you little shit.
No, we've already got one.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Yeah, Richter's like, doesn't matter to me. I'm just along for the ride. Hacker Hank, of course, is like, well, I like the net, so good net presence is always a plus, but I definitely see security concerns. And Deltrix probably like,
I could see either the club or the Octoplex.
I'm
Here's the
feeling
thing about the
club.
Octoplex. You don't gotta live there. In fact, every person who doesn't live there, that's another room to store things.
That is true.
I mean, I already got a place to live.
Same here. That's why the
seems
apartment.
like I live out of my car.
Yeah, right. Apartment complex isn't really a thing I'm worried about.
Let's see.
It's like, that is a 5,000 eddy difference.
I suppose the club makes sense. Just finding somebody to actually do the day-to-day and making sure it's secure is going to be the pain in the ass.
Good thing is generally the staff there is, well, as far as I can tell, reasonably trustworthy. You'll probably just need a head of operations more than anything. They've already got themselves some staffing.
Well, and then security.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Y'all want to tour this place?
We got... kind of look at everybody else. We got time?
Yeah, I have time.
Sure.
And he's like, well, shit. Let's, might as well
Luckily,
take the bus. It's only a couple blocks from here, you know.
luckily, I don't have to pick up my kid from band practice.
Which, by the way, definitely he's at band practice.
Probably.
Yeah,
He doesn't go anywhere else when he's not home.
right? Um, except down the street to the ramen shop.
This is also very true.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys head on down to this location. And, like, Spate, you can see the mega building you live in from this place, right? You pull up, walk down the block. He's tossing keys in his hand, and he's like, "So yeah, thing about this place, I don't exactly agree with the branding. You can keep it or leave it, whatever. I have them operating right now on roughly a skeleton crew just to make sure my investment doesn't go under." Kind of walks up to the front. He stands in front and says, "May I present to you?" Kind of waves his hand. "The Rusty Sucker." And
The
yeah,
rust-
like
the
huh?
the rusty sucker.
Yep.
Please
And
tell me you
this
didn't name it that.
oh hell no. You think that I'd name that? No, this place used to be owned by road wardens. Their credit went bad, so got foreclosed on. So yeah, nah, fucking just biz there, you know?
Hmm. Well, that is
Definitely needs a
definitely
better
going to
name.
have to go.
Uh
Agreed.
yeah, and
Can we
he's
meet
like,
some of the staff first?
"Oh, absolutely." And he kind of walks to the front, opens it up. You see a couple. Oh man, this crowd is kind of sad. It's you see a couple old bikers, you know, in the very American style. Scene. Maybe you see that they've been road roughed, but they're salty. You know what I mean? Their jackets are stiff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, you see a couple nobodies fucking playing pool in the corner, you know. Walk up, main bartender is kind of guy. He's got slicked back hair and a kind of light mustache. He looks almost out of place. He's got no tattoos. He's wearing the uniform of the place, which is just biker attire. So he's got like a studded jacket. Underneath, he's got a beater. Looks like he'd be much more comfortable in something else, you know. Kind of sees you and goes, "Ah, hello, Mr. He's like, "Mr. Magnum, pleasure to see you. How are you doing today?" "I'm doing just fine, Pierre." Kind of looks at the rest of them. "Pierre, meet some potential prospects for a client." Kind of says, "Whoa, oh, excuse me." Kind of fucking pulls up several shot glasses and lines them up and pours them each with like a thing of probably a thing of brandy and says, "This is finest. I bought this for myself. It is pleasure to meet all of you." Kind of slides one to each of you.
Uh, fucking. I bought this for myself, with store money, but that's okay.
Oh no,
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
no, he bought it with his own money.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, he slides you each a shot.
Yeah.
He's like, "Salud," and kind of throws it back.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yep.
Yeah, and or no, he'd go chin chin because that's the French one. Be like chin chin, you know. He says, "Here at the Rusty Sucker," like, and he looks a little bit pained to say that, "we only believe in the finest of customer service. You see Dale over there," and like points to like a dude, kind of like leaning over a beer bottle. "This is his 16th beer. Did I take his keys? No, because Dale knows how to drive. However, you see Ricky over there," like points over at another guy who's like way fucking drunk in front of the jukebox, kind of singing. "That's his third beer. I took his keys."
You'll not touch my keys.
Yeah.
But that probably does actually get a chuckle out of Lucky and say, I knew someone who would know someone who would like to meet you.
Goes, well, one day, if there is any chance for acquaintance, I would love to meet them. I'm very much a people person. Kind of smiles. And you can tell this dude is job interviewing it up, right?
Yeah. So, four people armed with guns come through the front door. What do you do?
Duck? That's the first thing.
Good answer. And then?
Probably make my way to the nearest bouncer. And if things get a little tricky, generally I'm going to pull out, and he like from under the bar pulls out like a just an oldish looking double-barreled shotgun, reliable but a little old school, and he kind of like sets it not on the bar itself but on the pour table, so that like you don't like it doesn't freak out the customers. He sets it there and says, "Probably fill somebody with 2 of these," and then I would probably make my own leave. Perfectly honest with you, I generally do not like to die over drinks.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, he's like, specialty, honestly, if you're wanting to know, I know everybody. And I know everybody's secrets. At least anybody who comes through this door.
Good.
He's like, it's a good bartender's job to know how to pour to who and what drinks immediately as soon as they walk in the door. And of course, if they're talking about their bitch of a wife, or they're talking about their kids and their little league practice, talking about the new merger, well, it only behooves me to get to know my clients so that I can get them to spend a little more, a few more eddies while they're here.
How long does it take to pull down enough to cover your weekly costs?
How much does it take?
How long? Because if you can pull down your week's cost in 3 days, it's great.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, he's like, well, I usually make, well, depending on the night, if there's more than 3 people in here, generally I make it in a day or 2.
Shit. So, it's you, and what other employees are there?
He's like, oh, well. And he kind of turns and goes, Lisa, come here. Yes, no. Je veux pas. Allons, like sort of thing. And she like walks around and is like, yeah. Enough with your fucking gibberish. Oh, Mr. Magnum, pleasure to see you. And your friends? And he's like, howdy, Lisa. This here's Lisa. She's a cocktail waitress. Pretty damn good at her job. And he's like, yeah, you could say that. Kind of says like, nice to meet y'all. I'm Lisa.
How long
You
have you been
all?
here, Lisa?
Well, unlike Frenchie over here, I've been here since the very beginning of this establishment. That was 15 years ago.
Really?
And it's been through so many names, I forget which one we're running right now. Kind of chuckles.
Well,
And why aren't you a manager by now?
I prefer the simple life.
responsibility, that's why.
Yeah, no, she's
You
like,
think-
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, just being in that situation. You think this management is worth an extra $2 an hour?
Right.
Yeah, she's like, I love this place. I love the people who always come in, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I wasn't a cocktail waitress, fuck would I be doing talking to him, right?
Well, if you're a manager, you walk around and talk to everybody and get to know how your staff is doing underneath you.
She's like, true, but also if I was a manager, I have to deal with the day-to-day dickery. I have to deal with him over pouring. He's like, I only do that occasionally. It's like, and I'd also have to deal with what? Managing all the other people? fuck that noise. I prefer to do that with no authority, so they know that I'm a bad bitch.
That does get a laugh out of Lucky.
Yeah.
Bad bitch indeed.
She kind of smiles and goes, "So y'all looking to be the newest owner of this graveyard?"
How many
Hopefully.
hands has it been through in the 15 years you've been here?
She's like, 32.
Oh, what? 30?
Yeah, and she's like,
In 15 years?
"Yep." And like at this point, Rich is like, "This place is, well, I'm only the most recent acquiree of this place. Before that, let's just say that this place was passed around like your typical red light worker."
Jesus. Good thing.
She's like, "Yeah, you could say that. There was the shooting of 32, the shooting of 33, the shooting of 33 part 2, you know."
Shh.
Did these shootings include shooting the person who owned the building?
Uh, say a quarter to a third of the time, maybe? Never shot me, though. Kind of smiles with this, like, devilish grin.
So, anybody else that is a part or a worker here?
She's like, "Oh, well, there's Decibel over in the back. He's the house DJ. Uh, pretty sure he's real fucking tired of playing metal music. He's been here for a while. I think he just comes here and plays shows for the free drinks and the outside of beer money. Like you see a dude over at the table, and he's just like has his iPod plugged in, like his or whatever the equivalent would be. He's got his MP3 player plugged in. He's just like bored, smoking a cigarette in the corner. Looks like a fucking like looks like a young dude in all goth attire, but he has a cowboy hat on to fit the biker theme.
God. Yeah, I just kind of look and go, Decibel, huh?
What would he prefer to be playing?
I remember one time this club went through a bit of an EDM phase. I haven't seen that kid work a day in his life until that happened. He was fucking rocking it up there. Not my shit. Too much wubs and too much machine noise. It sounds like two motorcycles trying to fuck and a modem's watching in the closet. Not my shit.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah.
Damn, that's almost the way I describe EDM. I say EDM sounds like Transformer masturbating.
Hell yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Specifically, a sound wave.
Uh-huh. And Rich is like, "Yeah, that's the only real employees of any note. In fact, they're on the skeleton crew right now. I basically got rid of anybody who was not necessary. I think they got you got someone doing dishes in the back." It's like, "Nah, he quit today." "I quit today?" "Yeah. Nah, I told him to fuck off and that he had a tiny dick and he took it personally. The fuck do you want me to tell him?"
Nothing.
Kinda-
That's exactly what you need to tell someone like that.
Yeah, it's like, "Yeah, if you can't take me calling you a tiny dick because you're not washing dishes fast enough, then what the fuck? You're a bar bat dealing with bartenders and cocktail waitresses and customers. If you can't handle that, something a customer say is gonna make you cry or punch him. That's bad for business."
All right. It kind of turns, and if we get this place, we keep them.
And Rich is totally like, "Absolutely, I figured they were part of the package deal."
Oh, I wasn't talking to
reason I-
Rich. I was talking to the rest of the crew.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
What'd you say,
yeah.
Rick? I might admit, I think I cut out there. What were you talking to us about?
Oh, I said, oh, if we get this place, we keep them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm down with that.
Yeah, the trio of NPCs nod approvingly. Probably Richter just like has already like left the conversation and has like started talking to Pierre, being like, "Yeah, pour me another one," sort of thing.
Yeah, it kind of turned and so last question I have is one of space. What do we got here?
Oh, well, shucks. I'll give you the grand tour and kind of shows you the area. So the club floor itself is pretty big. The main club area, like the dance floor, is super fucking empty. So they've put some more tables there because a biker bar is not a dance club, right?
Right.
But like it's a pretty big footprint. It's not quite located on the corner, but it's located pretty close to the corner of the street between Centrum and Red Light. Um, it's close enough that you can walk straight from the bridge to it. Um, he kind of walks you around the room. There's a balcony that looks like it's being used by a couple dudes that you can't really make out at the moment. Um, Kind of takes you into the back. You got your standard suite of private rooms that are not in use right now. In fact, they're being used for extra storage for kegs. It's got a big ass fridge, like a big ass fridge with an industrial ice maker. Of course, it's got a kitchen. Again, the kitchen isn't being super used. Like, doesn't look like anyone's using it because the only person who would be using it got like fucking left today. But it's got a couple industrial griddles and like that sort of thing. And then he takes you to the backstage area. Backstage is a pretty decent size as well. Like, all things considered, this club is pretty big, especially for the space that they're utilizing right now. And he's like, and of course, where would I be if I wasn't showing y'all the basement here? Kind of takes you into the basement. Set of 3 offices in the basement. One that is a very big office. And then there's a storage area that's currently loaded with like just a lot of booze. And he's like, yeah, booze comes with the place. Most of it's whale, so you're not looking at anything too fancy. But I mean, synthetic whiskey still drinks like normal whiskey, just tastes terrible. Kind of like shudders.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're drunk, can you tell?
You know, we get ourselves.
Well, it's the texture, not the taste. You know, it's weird, but whatever.
We get ourselves a cheap fry cook to handle that kitchen.
A cheap
Shit,
fry
yeah.
cook.
Oh yeah, they
Can
just need
we
to
at
throw a
least
burger
have
on a
one
fry
nice
pan.
thing here?
Oh no, this isn't for us. This is for the people. They get hungry, they leave to get food. If their food's already here, they stay and keep spending money.
Oh, I'm
He's
talking
right.
about somebody that's worth a damn.
Yeah, and Richter is like, you're talking about this place like you want to own the business, not the space it's in.
Alright.
Well, at the end of the day, this is where our off time goes, doesn't it?
Fair, fair.
But he is right. So, space big enough to suit our needs. Was there like a back office? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so in the basement, there's 3 offices. One is particularly big.
Okay, conference room. Great.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to put it. It's big enough that all of you guys could definitely use it as a briefing room. If the squad gets any bigger, it might get a little cramped. But like, it could fit about like 10 people comfortably.
All right, so I don't have a problem with this place. It even has room for Hank to do his stuff. Not too
And
much room.
yeah, and Rich is like, actually, Hank, let me show you something. Kind of goes and in the basement, he opens up a closet door, and there is a small room that has everything you would need to set up a net chair. He's like, the line here is okay, and Hank's like, shut the fuck up. Hold on. Like walks over to the line, sticks it into his fucking jack, and you see his eyes light up, and he's like, okay, 5,000 up. 10,000 down. Not bad.
Especially by the day's fucking standards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. By the standards of this city, that's a decent connection. That's about
I'm
like our
talking like
connection.
modern day. Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wish I got 5,000 down.
Yeah, right? No, 10,000 down, 5,000
Oh,
up.
sorry. All right, fine. I wish our down was their up.
No fucking joke, right? Yeah, he kind of runs through and he's like, okay, decent, decent. Ooh, well, that makes me happy. And kind of unplugs and goes, they don't have any built-in black ice.
Can you make some for yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Why do you think I said it makes me happy? You think I like erasing other people's programs? It's a fucking bore. I got a clean slate here.
Glad you're happy.
Well, if Hank's happy, I'm happy. Deltrick, do we need anything?
Not a lot of space for garaging or anything, but I figure, and he kind of goes, kind of as you're walking back to the loading bay, he's like, area back here, probably do a couple things. Most of the shit we're gonna have to take on some kind of pallet. Put a little bit of money into here, we might be able to get it to the loading dock and go straight down into underground storage. That'll be a little bit of investment, but I see room to grow.
Not a bad
And
idea.
he's like, also, if you need a fry cook, I'm more than happy.
I mean, if you want to.
I need something to do with my time. Tired of fixing my actuated servos, if you know what I'm saying. Kind of shoot you a sly grin.
All right. I mean, it kind of turns to fucking Dick Kickham over here.
Fucking Rich Magnum. That's good.
Kick him.
Sorry.
Oh, that's
I
good.
shouldn't
That's
laugh at
good.
my own
Dick
joke. That's bad.
Kick him.
I love it.
Anyways.
Dick.
What?
This Duke Nukem's cousin.
Dick Kickham. I'm here to chew ass and kick bubble gum. And I'm all out of ass.
Anyways. Turn to Rich. And, sorry, Rick.
Rich.
Richard. Richard.
No, Richard's his father.
Richard's his father. And Dick
Ugh.
Magnum is too gratuitous.
All right.
Yes,
I
I will
turned to
repeat that
Magnum
joke
PI
until
and
the end
say,
of
Shh. I turned to Magnum PI and say,
Okay.
well, I guess we can't really hide our hand here. We'll take it.
Kind of goes, well, shit. All right, excellent. And he actually pulls out of his pocket immediately the iPad, and he's like, well, you wouldn't believe it, but I happen to have the info, or I happen to have all the paperwork on me right now. Now, if you want some time to look that over, that is totally fine. However, I would not be dicking you guys over, mainly because I have a vested interest in every single one of these businesses succeeding.
Kind of
Does
looks.
he seem honest about that?
Yeah.
Do you want to make me a perception?
Yeah, I want to make a roll. Let's do this. We got this.
Can he pull one over the old Luxter? Let's find out. Humane perception.
Humane perception.
Oh god, that's such a shit roll. Not really.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Holy shit, how did I roll that bad?
You rolled a 2. Yeah,
Okay, I don't
Yep,
feel so
nope,
bad
that's-
anymore.
that's, yeah.
Fucking skate. Well, I trust him.
Yeah. So, Scene, you've read a lot of grifters in your time. This man is obviously a grifter. However, he does not seem to be grifting on you.
Oh, and I totally expect and understand if he's charging us a little extra.
Yeah. No, he seems like actually he's pretty excited to get this deal. And you kind of think back to some things. One, he recently got cut out by the river rats, and he just told you that up front.
Yep.
2, he told you all the downsides of all these places. And 3, he told you he's charging you probably about 30K above market because he's offering the security services essentially.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like you are not the grift, you are part of the grift, right?
We're the
Yeah, you're the right? Like you guys, he's seeing you guys as an investment that will pay out, right?
Sure.
And in that line, he doesn't want to fuck you guys over. Like that's kind of what you're getting from him.
Well, hell, I trust him. Grabs the iPad and where do I
Yeah.
sign?
Yeah, he's like, here, initial here, and then we're also gonna need your your SNID here, and like sort of thing.
Is all of this really necessary?
I feel like we should hand that over to our lovely Evelyn.
He's like, well, for an extra 1,000 euro dollars, I can take y'all's name off of this just fine. Put it under a John Doe of sorts. No one's gonna look into it. Just cost me a little bit of money to fabricate it.
Turns to Devlin. Well, that'd save you a bit of reading, wouldn't it?
It definitely would.
Turns to a fucking scene and goes, well,
Hey, Devlin okays and I'm okay with it.
okay.
He's
All
the-
right.
He's the bureaucrat here.
It's
Okay.
like, all right, 81,000, and he's like, kind of like sends a text on his wrist-mounted agent, and then he starts filling some stuff out on the tablet, and then all of you get airdropped a secure file, and in this secure file, actually, he'd probably go straight to Lucky. He'd drop it to Lucky.
Okay.
Lucky, you get dropped a secure file, and this secure file is not only your deed to the property, but any kind of logistical, like he's got a particular group of like Hephaestus, right? Like he's got a Hephaestus group number, his lawyer's numbers, like he's like, in this care package, I have included some people who I absolutely trust and like to send business to for renovation. They are generally going to be cheaper than the market, and they are going to do it well. They are discretionary as well, so whatever y'all do, they're generally going to be pretty good about it, and they're not going to ask too many questions. You know, the only thing is I provide them some documentation for being allowed to live in New Amsterdam, not under Panopticon's watchful eye. So keep that in mind.
Okay. All right. So we've got 16,000 eddies left over after paying him, and it all goes over at once.
Yes.
How many are we guys, are we splitting the rest up among ourselves?
So wait, how much did we get total?
So 100,000, but we had to pay the dick tax, we had to pay the 200 eddies to the guy on the crane, and then we had to pay 2,000 back to me for spotting, 2,000 for the stuff. So we
Okay.
spent 3,000 eddies out of that.
Leaving us with what's
97,000.
and then minus 81,000 leaves
Yep,
us
is 16,000.
Okay, yeah, we can split that up with the
I was
rest.
gonna
That
say-
sounds like it's time to split.
How many people were on this job? 8?
Let's see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
Okay, that's
So
2,000
2,000 each.
apiece.
That is a clean split right there.
I love it when
And
it
that's,
happens
I
like
think, our biggest paycheck yet.
Mm-hmm.
that.
I
it could've
figured
been a
it
lot
would
more,
be.
but we got a home.
What's
you
that?
guys have a home. So it could have been a lot more, but we got a base, which is going to
Yeah.
be useful.
It's
Yeah,
going to be
that's-
very useful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to
So-
help a lot in the future.
We need to convert one room into an operating room.
Okay.
That's a great fucking idea there.
For some reason, I thought you were about to say a brewery. I was like, God damn it, Scott.
Let's see.
Started-
God.
Let's say that you have 5 storage. You have, so here's how we're gonna do it: 5 storage, 6 room. These are just like some rough stats. I'm still gonna kind of like put together how I want these stats to work, but I kind of already know what I want to measure it in, right? So yeah, you currently have 5 storage, 6 room, 1 security, and we'll say 3 net. Are there any other stats that I might need to do?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is your current stats. Let me get you guys a handout. And
We need a new name.
I was about to say, Richter would
Oh.
probably be like, so I'm all about classy, trashy, but the theming for this bar and the name for this bar don't really work out for me. Anybody got an idea?
Probably club shit to go along with club fuck.
That's a little different connotation.
That's a hard no. Sorry.
Perfectly understandable.
Jesus. God.
Glad you enjoyed that.
I mean, club shit is probably as accurate as we're going to get, at least for the near future. But
God.
still.
The underworld.
Uh, wait.
Wait, I think that might be stepping in your territory, Lucky.
Hold on.
We could call it the morgue.
No.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, that's a hint.
Just
to me.
don't call it Amstel Light.
Let's. Oh, I had it. It slipped. What if we called it Tartarus?
I like that.
TARDIS?
Tartarus.
Tartarus.
As in
Tartarus.
the Greek.
The Greek underworld.
Like, yep, the Greek, like, hell portion of the underworld where tortured souls. Well,
Oh, hell yeah.
where you put all the bad people, like Kronos.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just Tartarus, Club Tartarus, any kind of qualifiers on it?
Well, I what do you think, Scene?
I think just calling it Tartarus.
Yeah, because it's more than a club. It's got the food, it's got the club atmosphere, and it has the bar.
Hell yeah.
And I think I'd like to change the music scene to
Yes,
not
please.
metal.
Yeah. Let's let Decibel do what he does best.
Yeah, why not? Let the kid have fun.
Hell yeah.
Matter of fact, I could go talk to him.
Yeah. You guys want to go talk to him?
We could go talk to him, make good first impressions.
Sure. Yeah. You guys walk up the stairs, and as you're walking up the stairs, Rich is like, well, folks, if you need me, my phone number is there, and I've just sent it to all of your agents, and probably a few of the drunkards up there, because I just kind of indiscriminately shot it over the air, so I'm expecting some real fun phone calls here soon. But yeah, if you need me, give me a call, give me a text, give me an email, do whatever you need. I am here for you day and night.
One last question.
Yes, sir. Or ma'am.
Do you take fax?
You know, damnedest thing, I do take fax. And he like shoots you his fax number.
What the fuck?
I love it.
Yeah.
I was just being a little shit, and apparently...
Get.
It's like, you would not believe the amount of people who still use single G communication.
That's scary. I'll keep that in
Democracy
mind.
LTD still uses paper for like a lot of their files.
Those tree killers.
I know, right? Well, I suppose if there was anywhere to kill a tree, it'd be a place where they grow them, so...
Well, yes, I'm just a little disappointed that they don't make it easier for us to ruin all of their files.
Yeah. He goes, oh yeah. Oh, I hear you. Goes, well, I believe I'm going to head out. I need to sleep, but it was a pleasure meeting y'all. And he shakes all your hands again and goes, I hope that we can continue a very profitable business, my friends.
Yep. Well.
Yeah.
I guess this has
I
turned into
concur.
a... hopefully the beginning of a good partnership.
Goes, absolutely. And remember, you succeed, I succeed, I succeed, you succeed. Passing the savings on. Kind of tips his hat, walks out the door, and you see, like, as the door opens, this motherfucker who suggested that everyone takes the bus has a goddamn, like, white stretch purple pull up, and, like, he just gets in the passenger side.
Victor, I don't know where you found this guy.
What can I say?
He's
Working for the
beautiful.
River Rats gets you a few contacts.
I love
He
it.
owed you. That's the oddest thing.
He's like, if I'm being honest, the man is terrible at poker.
Ah. Well, remind me never to play a poker game with you.
I'll remind you to play a poker game with him. I'm just average. And yeah,
Did we
you
want
guys
to
kind
talk
of.
to Decibel real fast? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say talking to Decibel real fast.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
I love Zam
Just
Zam.
head up, and Decibel, describing him, he is a sallow-faced, pale kid with like medium-length black hair that he wears halfway down his eyes. He's got like super deep purple eyeshadow that almost looks like death rings around his eyes. He's wearing like a black kind of like vest with another thing underneath it, like this black coat that's got these flared out sleeves. He's got silver skull buttons. His pants are covered in chains, more chains than goddamn Jenko jeans, right? And he's got like these big, intimidating black boots. And he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette, kind of looking over the fucking dance floor that could be. And
I take
He-
it you are Decibel?
turns and goes, "Yeah,
Yeah. How would you like to work for a new club? It's called Tartarus.
goes,
Hint, it's this club. It's new.
wait, do you say it's this club?"
Hint,
Yeah.
it's this club.
Ah,
Yeah.
you ruined the surprise.
Yeah, he like takes a pull off his cigarette, says, "I love the name. We're gonna have to keep playing shit."
Oh,
You
fuck
play
it.
what
Only
you
the
want.
shit that you like.
You make the rules now.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow and says, "You ain't gonna snuff it like the last string owners, are you?"
No, don't plan on it. I got one condition, though.
Hmm.
You make sure this room is bumping every night. I want to see this place packed.
His frown goes to his face, kind of like going about middle, right? Which is about the best you could get out of this guy, you're starting to figure. He kind of takes the hat off, tosses it down, unplugs his thing, and the music goes empty. Goes over the thing and goes, and he goes like, "New management." And then like he pulls this fucking rack of like shit out from under the thing, plugs it in, and just kicks the fucking jams. And like, even if you aren't a fan of EDM, this dude, you can tell, immediately has raw talent. Like, it starts kind of soft and like you're getting kind of like this like build up of like this arpeggio, and then like you get like this lead line going on, of this like woman singing something about like this city drains you, this city drains you, this city drains you, but all rise above. And then it just drops, and it's just this like drum and bass fucking like breakbeat ass like high energy shit. Like, a lot of the metalheads are like looking around like, what the fuck's going on? But like the dudes who are playing pool in the corner are like, oh, real shit, and like start fucking heading towards the dance floor and like
Yeah.
start kind of getting it. He like looks over at you guys and goes, bring me a fan, or not fan, bring me a client base that isn't a bunch of bloated would-be two-wheel riders. I'll make sure this place rocks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, you start putting a rec form together.
Hmm.
We'll see what we can do.
He's like, absolutely. And he kind of takes his hand, kind of does a couple things like effortlessly, like causes this super fucking rad drop to happen, like as he takes the cigarette and puts it in his mouth, and then like turns back towards you and like shakes your guys' hands and is like, pleasure to be doing business. And fucking he's like, now if you'll excuse me, and like tosses some headphones on and just like gets in the zone.
AutoZone.
That's the
Fuck
one.
off.
God. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I like this dude. And I know what Richter's saying. We want just the space. But also
No.
running a club sounds fucking cool.
Absolutely. That was Richter giving you shit. I, as the GM, fucking love this. Like,
Yeah.
this is fucking, like, it doesn't need to be all edge running. Y'all can run your tavern if you want. Like, you know, like, fucking, yeah.
Hey, we'll turn this place into the fucking afterlife.
Absolutely you will. Like, fucking, you know me. You guys are the main characters. Whatever you want to do, as long as you can do it, you will do it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I
you
can
guys
just
getting
imagine-
that set up. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I imagined him playing the fucking the fucking dance music from SpongeBob for whatever reason.
I'm actually going to put together a playlist now of songs that would be kind of in his style.
Good.
And fucking, I'm going to send it to you guys once I have it put together. But yeah, so you guys have that set up. And getting everything, by the way, that fucking, that pun that you put in fucking New Amsterdam was great. I loved that. There is a Bortz, by the way, in this town because of course there's a fucking Bortz.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are kind of getting the nightclub set up, and let's see. So what all are you guys? So okay, here's how I'm gonna do these stats. I think. So for the hideout stats, you guys have storage 5. For that, that's pretty self-explanatory. Anything that you store in this place is going to have a size, and you can hold up to 5 size, right?
Sweet.
Or 5 size ones, etc. 6 rooms means you have 6 rooms that you can bring into specialized territory, right? That's not counting your net room, which will be 1 room in and of itself. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Or no, that is counting your net room. So you have 6 rooms plus a net room, essentially, because that just feels appropriate. You also have a security room. However, the only security you currently have is the legal protection that is being offered by Rich. Rooms will offer you benefits, be them statistical or logistical, depending on how you want to set them up.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll say that you guys are getting everything set up, and what are you guys gonna do about what are you guys want to do with this place, right? Like, what are some things that you guys are on your checklist for what needs to happen?
I've got nothing.
An operating room.
Okay.
What were you saying, Scene?
Oh, I've got nothing. I can't.
Oh.
I got the top of my head right now, at least.
Yeah, nothing over here yet.
All right.
Want to see how the business fares, and then we can work on finding out what we need to launder.
Right.
A panic room sounds like a good idea. And we
Definitely.
could probably just turn that into like a prep room or something.
Yeah, the panic room will probably count as your security room, which is also considered outside your normal rooms. You have like a room right now that like has cameras, but you don't have anyone to work them. And you don't have any other gear in there other than basic like in-house surveillance. And we're talking real basic. There's blind spots, fucking like the cameras probably only record on a 24-hour basis, like, you know.
So we're gonna want to fix that, I think.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I mean, it's up there, but not immediate.
What's immediate to you? I'm curious.
Nothing. I just mean like we don't need to like try to dump anything into it right now
Right.
because it's still just right now a club.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the same club it's been under new ownership, new name. Hopefully, gonna bring in more people, and as we get more well known, hopefully.
A bouncer would be nice, though.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
we
we
can.
probably at least want a bouncer to start.
His
A
name's gotta
bouncer
be.
will bring you up to security too.
His name should totally be Cerberus.
Cerberus.
That would probably
Just
be his
called-
title.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
just the type. Yep, the guardian of the underworld.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Um.
Maybe we
Prob-
can get one of those guys who was in love with the cyborg girl.
Yeah.
Well-
You want to get Johnny?
Johnny's gone, man. Opt.
Yeah. Johnny is kind of I would say indisposed.
Well, I was talking about the skeevy guy, the other one.
That was
Slag?
Johnny. Oh.
Scav?
Oh. Scav.
Scav, yeah.
Well, if you mention Scav, Lucky's gonna go shake her head and just go, no, he's not a bouncer.
Yeah. No. I will let you guys know. Scav will continue to keep your place at security 1.
Oh, okay.
He is not a fighter. He may be a rocker boy. He is not a fighter.
In the meantime, until he comes back, Dove can provide security.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That does give us more time to look for another, like an actual NPC. We don't have to like make Mike come up people on the spot. If Mike wants to work in some people later on.
Yeah. And don't worry. I can work shit in right now. I have
Right.
concepts for fucking characters for days in Cyberpunk. I can literally just shit out a Cyberpunk character. I literally made up the 3 people that you met on the spot. Like,
It's so amazing. So
No,
jealous of that skill.
God. Hey, we can start with the. If it's all right, we want to start with Dove as the bouncer. That's fine. Because my next thought
Yeah.
was, ask Deltrick, say, hey, you got any friends that need jobs?
well, first I'd look at you and say, you asked me if I had friends.
I don't like to assume.
He's like, Dove's my friend, I think. Most of you are my friend. Hank is kind of my friend, and Hank's like,
Deltrick?
hey, I want to be your friend.
Deltrick, what I'm really meaning is people who have had contact with, well, New Human that need somewhere to be away from New Human.
Thanks for a second. Be honest with you. Nobody who's going to serve us well as security. Of course, there's always the fuzzy-headed shitheads who end up coming out to where I am. Guys from the tracks and Central Station who don't really have many skills, but kind of at least know their way over basic labor.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, if you're ever looking for just basic staff and you don't mind some of them looking borged out.
Oh. This is Tartarus. No one is innocent.
Tartarus takes all the sinners.
Smiles. Yeah, no. Richter's like, don't you have a lot on your plate, Lucky? Kind of says, I mean, I figure that probably we're not going to want to, have to manage the day-to-day of this place, cash flow, in, out, people, all that shit. We'll probably need a manager of some sort.
You volunteering?
Fuck that. You think I'm good with money?
No.
Yeah, it like points and goes, right idea, that one.
Are
I'm
you
terrible.
suggesting...
Why do you think I'm an edge runner?
Do you have someone in mind?
If you don't mind working with someone who may or may not be partially ingratiated with the river rats, I might have someone.
River rats are lovely people.
Sorry, what was that?
The
Look at,
river rats are lovely people. Not an issue with me.
did you just wash your fucking mouth out with soap first of all?
Are we gonna have a problem with whoever it is if we bring in a river rat finding out about that boat we stole?
Oh,
River rats are so
rats.
nebulous, it's not going to matter. The river rat's boat we stole probably wouldn't even know the river rat that we'd bring in.
Eh. Plus, that's just how biz happens. You either make it or you don't. And if you make it, you're only making it for a little bit of time, unless you're top shit. And if you're top shit, you're getting shot.
Do we have to?
The DM? Absolutely not. No, you can just go and look for a manager.
Oh, no, and that's the thing. I think she would. She's just being a real dick about it.
Sure, sure.
Fine. John Doe's on the lease anyways.
Yeah. He's like, okay.
As long
I'll
as we
give my-
keep up appearances.
Yeah, he's like, okay. I'm sure that he'll be helpful with creative accounting down the line too, so I'll give him a call. Like he just walks off, flips his agent out. He's got like the classic Matrix style like shh kind of thing. Walks off, starts you know. And yeah, maybe at this point we get a little bit of an interim. Next couple days of your guys' life is getting everything set up, right? So, Spate, if you would like to take one of these rooms as an operating like an operation room, right? Like a medical room, I will allow you to do that if you move all of your medical equipment out of your loft.
That was what I was planning on doing.
Perfect. A free medical. So now you guys are. Let me real quick. Go back to the hideout stats. Okay. So room 6. And then I'm going to put a dash. No, that's a thingy. Okay. Dash. Operating room. Okay. There we go. So you guys have an operating room. So we'll kind of montage this, right? As you guys get Tartarus kind of looking the way you want it to, right? So first of all, what's the aesthetic of Tartarus? Like, what are you guys going for with the kind of look?
What did he requisition specifically? Is he wanting lasers, fog machines? What's he?
Oh, so first of all, he changes out the sound system for something like much bigger. And he's operating out of the budget of the business itself, not
Sure.
your guys. So yeah, he gets a bigger sound system. He probably requisitions the dance floor to be like re-put together with like modern hollow shit. And
Yeah, I
probably gets some black lights everywhere.
I definitely think mix of modern and almost like a velvet style.
Ooh.
Reds and velvet
Yeah.
in places
Yeah,
we can
that works.
to make it Tartarus, but it's luxurious. Like it's not high end, but it's a place where people come in and they feel like they're allowed to sin for the briefest of moments.
Welcome to hell. It's a party.
That works perfectly for Pierre too. Pierre totally will don the like devil bartender vibe of like
Oh yeah.
he's got the fucking red vest with the white shirt underneath and the black pants, the curled stash.
Yep.
Sorry, for a moment I just thought the devil is a Frenchman.
Did we expect anything else?
There was a book I read where this lady met this man named Natasha, and they fell in love, and she became in the end, she ends up becoming God, and then she finds out that it was Satan all along. It's like, I've been telling you this whole time,
Huh.
Natasha. Ah, Satan. I was like, God damn it. And then he was sorry, and the whole point was he was from. I think they met in France, and he said he was French.
Yeah. Let's see.
Damn
She was
Frenchman.
like, Natasha's a weird name. He was like, it's French.
What is our server think?
Lisa? Oh, she's been through so many costume changes at this point. She's like, yeah, no, I like it. It's got a kind of cozy vibe. You know, I think that my ass might get grabbed a little bit less by the guys here. Not entirely less, though. Trust
Now,
me. I know the fucking guys out here. Hey, by the way, oh, go ahead.
Scene would actually ask her, what kind of outfit would she prefer? Would she prefer something a little bit skimpy, like a succubus, something a little bit more flowy, like maybe something that covers more of her body, but still gives a seductive look? Or is she wanting something like casual clothes? Like, what is she wanting for that?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, way I figure it, show a little bit of skin just because of the city that we're in and the district we're in, but I want to be clear that I'm not for sale and I'm off limits. So I figure I can throw something together just out of my wardrobe, something red and black to fit the theme, maybe with some gold highlights, some big earrings. You know, I don't care how you dress any of the other hosts or any of the other waitresses and waiters up. You know, that's totally fine. And she's like, I do have a question for you though.
Yes, smacking the patrons is permitted.
Okay. What if one of them loses a finger?
That's fine.
Thank
This is
you.
hell after all.
This is
Yeah.
hell.
We'll have the operating
There are
room
no-
downstairs, anyways.
Yeah, there's an operating room in the back.
Valid. And listen, this new guy that you got kind of managing the place, and she's like, and you guys have met him at this point. His name is Boris, right? Boris, big fat guy, right? He's bald as a fucking egg, and like he's kind of big. He's rotund. He's got a small chest but a big gut. You know, always smoking a cigar, but it's like, you know, Phantom Pain, like the cigar that Big Boss smokes, the vape cigar thing. He's always got one of those in his mouth. And Boris is not a dick. Well, he is, but he's not super malicious. He's not going to tank your business. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Boris is the kind of guy who's like, what? You want me to do something? Fuck you. I hired crew. They're good crew. They're decent crew. Yeah, I yell at them a few times, but what the fuck else are you going to do? Everyone's a fucking grifter nowadays, trying to get paid for standing around. Might as well electrify the fucking walls for how much they lean on them. You know.
Jesus. Okay. So, but Richter suggested this guy.
Yes. Yeah, and Richter would probably say, he's not going to get you in trouble. He's an asshole, but he knows his place.
All right. As long as he knows his place.
So what's your
Yeah.
issue with him?
Boris owns a pawn shop. I burned down Boris's pawn shop. No hard feelings, though. This is what happens. Fucking river rat shit. Boris finds new hustle. 'Cause of me. Circle of life.
Oh, the server. I'm sorry. What was her problem with him?
Oh, Lisa was like, yeah, Boris is great and all, but something tells me he ain't hostess material. Listen, I said I didn't want management. And that's still true. But, you know, some of the girls out here, some of the guys out here, a little bit delicate, you know. Maybe I take up head hostess, kind of make sure that he's not too much of a dick.
Oh, deal. We give her
Absolutely.
a mono
That sounds
knife.
good.
I give
Yeah.
her a mono knife. I'm like, you can display this.
You start to hand the mono knife, and she's like, "Oh, honey, I appreciate it, but..." And she kind of like lifts up the skirt that she's been wearing, and you see like 4 knives like there, and she's like,
Perfect.
"There's a reason this place been shot up so much, and I ain't never got hit."
Why don't you display those a little more prominently? Let them know the head hostess is the
Yeah.
head hostess.
Yeah, and maybe there's like someone who's like roughing someone else up, and is like, "Well, listen, I'm not a bouncer, but
Oh,
like,
no. All you need to do is point at whoever you want out of here and say goodnight. Let the bouncers handle the rest.
Yeah. She kind of walks over and she's like, I'll do you one better. And like you see like this guy's getting a little handsy and the girl isn't like she's not like getting like groped or anything. Well, I mean she is, but it's like he's not like violent. He's just being fucking weird and shitty.
Mhm.
And she's very obviously uncomfortable.
If
He's like, hey,
she's putting his glass on the table. He's running his hand up her arm, like,
right, exactly.
yeah.
He's like, hey, what kind of club you think this is? It's like, oh, fuck if I know. I ain't never been here. It's like, yeah, well, you've been here now. And just like, foo, 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 and like a knife barely misses the tip of his nose and hits the wall behind him. And then he just goes white as a sheet and moves his arm off. And goes, yeah, the bounces are nice. And like leans in front of him, like putting her chest right in front of him, gives him a wink, and just like yanks the knife out of the wall. I'm not so nice. And kind of like starts walking back. Is like flips the knife and then puts it in her garter and is like, see?
Scenes in love.
Hey,
Yeah.
Looks like you got this handled.
you got this.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I think I got this. And
And by the way,
I'm. Oh, go ahead.
by the way, any news is good news.
She's like, absolutely. And she's like, by the way, might know a guy for bouncer if you're looking.
Listening.
She's like, I know this guy. And she's like, his name is Kemp. He's he's not funny in the head, but he's also not like smart. But guy spent his paychecks on getting a little bit wired up with some wear. You know how some people are smart with their words and some people are smart with his brain. This guy, he's smart with his body, right? He's smart with, throwing assholes out of the place. He worked for this place one time, and then one night he had off, somebody shot the place up, and he got fired because they thought it was a dereliction of his duty. I always liked Kemp.
Will he do anything you ask?
Oh, he'll do anything I ask.
Then he's hired. Kind of looks at the others. Is that all right?
Works for me. Doesn't work
Yeah,
out. We
that's
kick him out and
perfect.
get another one.
Hell yeah.
Probably looking at Spade. Spade?
Sounds good to me.
Think of it this way: the best part about this is if someone's finger gets cut off or someone gets hurt, there's a doctor on hand that might be on hand that can offer services at a fee.
At a fee,
Spade-
absolutely.
And Spate makes a little money on the side.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's see here.
God,
Let's
that's my
see.
favorite. God, I hope she uses that. Of course, threatening people, but also just, hey, pulls the bouncer, points at him, and just, good night.
Yeah. That sort of thing. Oh, absolutely, she'll do that, right? So what kind of experience are you trying to get here at Tartarus? Like, what kind of services are you offering? Obviously, drink and dance, right? But
Sure.
are you offering party favors? Are you offering skin? Like, what are you guys like doing here?
Party favors and no questions asked.
Okay, absolutely.
It's Tartarus. It's meant to be a place where you can come and no one's going to be trying to eavesdrop or interrupt what you're doing or trying to report you to the cops. As long as you keep your hands to yourself, drink and eat, you good. That's what Scene's thing is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, honestly, if it ended up being a place where edge runners mostly came, would be
Yeah.
interesting too.
Hell
They
yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
clean, spend the money they earned on their last mission, discuss their next mission, freely just talk about what they need to do, like plan missions together, whatever they need to do together. No one's gonna
And
ask
if they
about it.
really worried about talking, you did say there were some private rooms, right, on the
Yes.
main floor.
Yeah. There's some private rooms for sure.
Yeah. And by the way, we can just tout that we've got the best black ice in town. Give Hank a run for his money. Because that's just
That's a
waiting.
challenge.
Here's
For
what we
sure.
do. We advertise the rooms as karaoke rooms.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
I
hell yeah.
love
They're
that.
rooms for Reg Runners to go discuss their plans.
And by the way, they're going to have their own independent sound systems in there because they're karaoke rooms. So if someone
Yeah.
happens to drown out the conversations in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see. Now, as for the question of skin, I don't
Eh?
think it's necessary. What do you guys?
I don't think it's necessary.
That's an
But
option.
you'll have to ask Dove.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's a waitress that's open to it, she can promote it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so like a laissez-faire sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like
If like
more like
someone's getting handsy on one waitress and our head wait steps up and it's like, hey, hands off, and then they're like, well, I mean, he put his hands on me a little bit.
yeah. No, I get
Hey,
you. I
She
get
can,
hey,
she can give
I've
him a
got it.
tour of the karaoke room.
I've got it. We don't take it. We don't take any cut for that. So if they want to do it, it's they make what
It's
they get. It's on them.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
those will be the waitresses that are dressed up like succubi, or succubi.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe there's like a sort of thing of like, yeah, if
Dress
they're
code.
wearing like this thing or that thing, that means that they're for business, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get you. Hell yeah. So you guys are Tartarus. You're definitely not the skeeziest club in town, which is good.
We have taste.
Yeah, we don't want to step on Club Fuck's toes.
It's a touch.
No,
Of,
absolutely.
a touch of class.
Yeah, fucking let's see here. I'm getting a oh, that looks good. I'm trying to find a really good picture for your guys' club, and I think I found something pretty good.
Which
um,
cartoon is that?
Cartoon?
Where does your mother work? A touch of class, but the CL fell off. Son, there never was a CL. I think I always knew that.
God, what is that? That's really funny. Let's see here.
I think that's Simpsons, is it not? No. It was one of the It was Family Guy or American Dad. I don't know.
Yeah, that does
Sounds
sound.
like an American Dad
I was
thing.
gonna say, it
Yeah.
sounds more like American Dad to me.
Tell me what you guys think of the picture for your guys' club for Tartarus.
Let me get back to my computer.
Well, we're on the map screen.
Oh, it's in the hideout stats.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
gotcha. Hideout stats.
Wait, what?
Is it in the handouts somewhere?
Yes, handouts. It should be your. Oh, there you go.
Hey, look at me! I got the red and the velvet and the eyes everywhere.
The eyes are creepy.
I like
Uh-huh.
the eyes. What do you think? So they're
That's fine. It's fine.
are they fine though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is more of a representation than directly the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found like I was just looking through club images and found this one, which like looks pretty solid for what we're looking at.
And and I think Decibel, when we said do what he wants, he does have carte blanche. If he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I want to mix it up a little bit. Okay, as long as people keep, as long as the people are in, he can do what he wants.
I'm actually going to say that Decibel is going to kind of be a bit of an event coordinator.
Oh yeah.
So let's see.
No gang night. That never ends well. No gang night.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I've heard the stories about club rodeo here in Wichita.
God. Yeah.
Why do I think those stories came from Jesta?
No, I don't know. Did he ever work club rodeo?
Hell no.
I don't
All
know.
of
I
my
don't
stories
think
about
so,
club
but
rodeo
he-
come from some guy who used to work the nightclub.
Yeah. So let's see
What were you
here.
saying, Scott?
No, I wouldn't see Club Rodeo as just this type of scene
No,
thing
absolutely
at
not.
all.
No.
No.
I mean, this was the type of club that used to run a gang night. Think about that.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that. But no, so yeah, I have updated Tartarus to be roughly what we're going to be at for this kind of setup, right? So you have Pierre, the head bartender, Lisa, the head hostess, Boris, who is the manager, Kemp, who's the head bouncer, and Decibel, who's the event coordinator. Currently, you have one bouncer and also a Lisa for your security. So security is bouncer and cameras. You have 6 rooms, one of which is taken up by an operating room. You have 3 net. We'll say that Hacker Hank has asked to live here, if that is okay.
He doesn't have anywhere else to go.
No, his apartment got burned down.
What do you guys think?
Oh, works for me.
Yeah, he can stay.
Yeah.
He better fucking
Yeah,
pay
Hacker Hank.
rent, though. No. I'm joking. I remember
He
what
sets
happened
up-
the last time I joked about paying rent.
Right. He sets up in that back room, that tiny little closet of a room, and like literally his room is just a whole bunch of monitors, a net running seat, and then a bunch of computer towers. You can hardly walk in there. Pretty much all you can do is walk in and sit on the net running chair. Like that's it.
Hey,
Where the
do you
fuck
want...
are you gonna sleep?
Right?
The net running chair.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to learn chiropractic then.
Oh, no, don't worry. This thing is super fucking ergonomic. I love this place. In fact, you know what? Physical meat space is just... It's too much. It takes up too much. My footprint is so small. And I have the infinite cyberspace at my availability. So you know what? This is actually a pretty good little area.
Okay, what about
It's only
ventilation
slightly
so
smaller
you
than
don't...
my car.
Right.
He's like, oh no. Every net room has pretty good ventilation. In fact, and he's like, the air conditioning directly hooked up to this room. This is the first vent that it goes through.
Now I know this is a Mike dream scenario. Fucking yeah, I'm in the first room for that AC comes out of.
True. Fucking true. No, yeah, you actually, like, in that room, it's like 40 fucking degrees. You're like, how the fuck do you stay in that? And he's like, insulated net running suit. Like, that sort of thing.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, and basically, when he's on the net, he's being a human processor. So, like, you know, cooling's important.
Yep.
But, yeah. So, maybe we get a good sweeping shot of the place. There's a shot over the dance floor where we've got kind of like a blacklight thing going on, and there's probably like 40 people in here, right? Which is a good night for Tartarus right now. But you know this place has potential for a few hundred, right? Probably like 500 at comfortable. You could probably fit in 1,000 for an event, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it'll be fucking bullshit, and people will be crammed like a CBGB show, but like fucking, you could do it,
Question.
you know? Yeah.
Is this like a part of a strip, or is this building
Yes.
by itself?
So it's a part of a strip. Like it is its own independent building on a strip of other buildings.
Okay. So expansion isn't out of the question.
No, you could definitely buy another club and just like fucking
Break the
gut
wall down.
it and connect it.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Sunday.
that's the theme I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, that works. I like that too.
Yep,
You
that
got
works well.
privacy rooms and everything.
Yeah.
And it could always just be, yeah, you just gut it, you don't fix it, and yeah, this is Tartarus, that's Asphodel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and make it like what is in Asphodel, the like the heroic realm or whatever it is. I can't remember.
Oh, well, there's Elysium, so
Or Elysium, yeah. Asphodel.
where all
was
the
that?
Asphodel's like purgatory, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
So we could do it with like muted colors. It's more calm, the music,
Yeah.
but it's
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
There we go. I have changed the photo that you guys have for hideout stats now.
There's Tartarus, Elysium, Asphodel, and then.
Oh yeah. I can
um,
already imagine that this place is just going to end up that like in the future, if you stick with this, you guys will have a fucking set of clubs just called the 9 Rings or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite idea is though, like Tartarus is like it looks kind of fancy, can hold a lot of people, has a dance thing, and then you get to was it Asphodel you said? Yeah, and that's like the muted, more in between, and then we just make fucking Ethereum. Fuck, what was the last one?
Excuse me. So there's Tartarus, the Fields of Mourning, Asphodel, and the Elysium. And
Elysium. We make Elysium just it's the trash club. It's just like it is the dive bar. People go there to get hammered, to dance. It's that we reverse the rules, you know.
Hell yeah.
It's the cheap fucking shit.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
God. Anyways.
Yeah. So we're to cut forward. It's been a couple days, right? You guys have been super fucking busy with getting Tartarus set up, and I'm assuming all of you are pitching in, like helping hands and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting everything set up, and you know, it's a good night for you guys, but it's about to be a great night, right? Because you see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people come in, right? So you've gone from 40 people to like 90 people in this club. Immediately, the 3 bartenders, 5 serving people, like cocktail servers, and like 1 bouncer are fucking overwhelmed with the amount of people. The double doors burst open dramatically, and in walks someone who I don't know if any of you would directly recognize. You see someone who is clad head to toe in the most glamorous of fucking gold, right? Just like gold shoes, a long gold dress, golden fishnets under the dress, like golden lipstick, golden eyeliner. Like even the hair is gold and kind of in this poof, right? Walking in next to Belladontra, who looks like Belladontra, right? Fucking goddamn Morticia Adams looking ass. And then another person who like he's like this he's dressed in just like a really nice suit that has like some flair to it, right? And they walk in, and your club is flooded with all sorts of people, right?
I'll go up and greet him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys walk up.
Fuck up, yeah.
And, yeah, first things first, Belladontra smiles at you and goes, "Ah, how's it hanging, guys?" Or no, that's not what she say. She say, "How do you do?"
Of course she would.
Yeah.
Kind of just nods, and Belladontra. A surprise, but a welcome one.
Yeah. And Belladontra says, of course. Actually, I would like to introduce you to my 2 friends." And she like smiles when she says friends. It's like a genuine smile, actually. You haven't seen one of those from Belladontra. But yeah, she's like, the gentleman in the suit over there. His name is Pipeline. And he kind of nods behind his mirror shades and says, how are you? Kind of, sort of thing. And of course, the one who needs no introduction, and this person who at this point has not been paying attention to you really, immediately, like, standing in front of her is Lisa, who is like in awe and has like a tray in front of her. And like this person just like takes a glass super delicately, sips it, and then throws it back, and then sets it back on the tray and just pats Lisa on the head. And Lisa just like, and like walks back to the bar. Pierre is like,
Can I roll to recognize this person?
Yeah.
yes, make me acknowledge your home.
Jesus. Who the fuck is this lady? Who the fuck this lady be? Let's see. My home, huh?
All of y'all know exactly who this is.
Uh-oh.
Mainly because you've done some deals with the Vices before. This is Zween Jamaya. Zween, which I will spell.
Please.
Yeah, Zween Shamaya
Okay.
owns Shamaya's Palace, which is the biggest club in all of Red Light. This is the first club that declared independence. Oh yeah, Spade, you know her too, or you know them too, right? This place
there we go.
staked its claim of independence and got a lot of shit from the corpse, and threw it right back, right? So the way the Vices work is they're sort of a gang, sort of not. It's like a necessity thing, right? Like you have to have muscle to stand up. But they don't really operate outside of Red Light unless it's a nightclub. And then that's mainly just like, yeah, this is a nightclub in this neighborhood. We want to make sure that this place doesn't get fucking hit, right?
Sure.
Um,
So, can I just read directly from what you've written about Zween here?
Yes, absolutely.
It's truly an honor.
Let's see.
In fact, you know what? I'm
yeah.
going to give a pause, and we are going to get we're gonna get an Amstel cut. We pause, and it's a freeze frame on Zween Jemiah's face. The Vices, privately owned clubs, and the gangs that invariably come with them fall under the banner of Vices. Groups of working girls, private microlabs, and entertainers of all gender, ethnicity, background, and ilk. Often an egalitarian group, Vices protect their own, including their property, viciously. Don't let the eyeliner and satin fool you. These cats have claws. The Vices are led by one charismatic Zween Shemaya. Zween Shemaya is the unofficial head of the Vices because Z owns Shemaya's Palace, the biggest club in NA, and has been historically very good to all of the privately owned clubs. Blending an outspoken passion for privatization of the privately owned or of the club industry, a RuPaul gender-bending attitude, and a penchant for violence if needed. Z rules all Z surveys, and if you come to see the Zween, you better bring a gift and kiss the ring. And it cuts back,
Jesus.
and Z just like looks at you.
Oh, I give her a bow.
Yeah,
I'm just like, truly an honor to have you here.
yeah. And Z says, you may rise.
I love it.
Yeah. And looks at you guys and says, now, my pretty little ears happened to hear something that definitely piqued my interest. You see, I heard that a few new cats decided that they were going to buy this rusty asshole of a club and turn it into something a little more professional, and I can see that you have done that with aplomb with what you have. Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't happen to be this thing's final state. I can see and smell potential. And whoo-wee! I think this place happens to have more potential than most people can even fit. Now, imagine my surprise when I heard that even the people who were buying this terrible little slice of garbage decidedly turning it into somewhere wonderful, happened to be friends of my lovely sister here, Miss Belladontra. I figured that I would come in and I would simply survey the lands that have been laid before me and open up my hand as a formal gesture of recognition.
So, somebody talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't
right?
sure. Yeah. No. Again, it's an honor to have you here, and I'll extend my hand out.
Oh yeah, and she kind of Z gives you kind of like this, like the handshake where really what they're doing is they hold your hand and lower it and raise it again, sort of thing. Kind of says, "The pleasure is mine." Now, to be perfectly honest with y'all, I don't really recognize many of you from the clubs. I know that you had old Lovey-Dovey in here a while ago, and, well, not to say I'm familiar with his work, but I have heard a few things through the grapevine. But the rest of y'all aren't exactly the club type, generally. Far as I know, of course.
Well,
So what brought you to buy this little part of hell and embrace the Tartarian influence that it may bring?
Tartarian, I love it. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. Hold on.
Probably not. That's the best part.
Ugh, fucking
I think
great.
it's loud enough. There's not enough people around. Everyone's kind of either stunned or not paying attention. I'm
Yeah.
just like, we are but simple edge runners, needing a place to, well, be under the radar. We'll meet to be.
Man. Well, dictionary.com says of relating to or characteristic of a Tartar or the Tartars, the Mongolian and the Turkish tribes who overran Asia and much of Eastern Europe in the Middle Ages.
Oops, wrong tar.
Oh, it's
Z
fucking great.
But
No.
she don't care.
No, she doesn't care. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And none of us would have known that. I had to
Yeah.
fucking look it up. Anyways.
Z's like, well, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Of course, I will let you know, y'all making this area, eventually, you may or may not want to fall under the purview of certain influences, and I hope that a positive influences of the vices might be one that you wish to talk about. If you're ever looking for some sort of agreement, you can always find me at my palace, but of course, if you're ever looking for expansion from any other types into Red Light, I'll simply allow you to know that certain groups have tried before, and most of them have fallen under this size 15 high heel. As like Z like
Jesus Christ.
Z
That's
like
some big fucking
That
feet.
is
yeah,
just
no,
some-
like massive. That's the other thing about Zween
Jesus.
Shemaya is Z's so fucking big, right? Like they're huge.
She's an
They're
Amazon.
Larger than life.
Yeah, Amazon.
I just picture Shaq in a dress now.
Essentially, you're not fucking
Shaq
wrong.
in a dress.
I would
Um,
actually, in response to that, I would just be like, we will be guided by you in all things.
Smiles and says, "Of course, I appreciate that. I promise you I am not looking for fealty. I just simply figured I would step into the neighborhood, make sure the score is known before it needs to be settled, and of course, offer well wishes. Y'all might be a little small right now, but most of you have a pretty good reputation, and honestly, social credit means a whole hell of a lot more than Ed's around here."
Unfortunately, there is no picture on Google of Shaquille O'Neal in a dress.
Damn.
I know.
But yeah. Z kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, I have brought a cavalcade of my friends, as have my other friends, and I believe that the best way to test a nightclub and to find where its salt truly lies is to party the fuck out of it." And kind of like whistles, and like all of the people stop. Even Decibel turns the music down, right?
It exists! Sorry.
Everyone looking at this place is like in awe. Z just holds the fucking crowd just with their presence alone, and says, "All right, y'all. I would like to tell everyone that this nightclub here is most certainly a place that one can feel safe, and of course, we are about to test if this is a nightclub that is worth turning up in. Now, are we going to turn down?" And like you hear a couple people be like, "Hell no." It's like, "Are we going to be a little bit quiet tonight?" "Hell no." "Are we going to be going to bed early like good boys and girls and those in between?"
Yes. because I'm
"Hell
tired.
no." Huh?
I said yes because I'm very, very tired.
Yeah, it's like, "Hell no." It's like, "Well, then I believe that it is time for the DJ to kick these jams, and on top of that, I will be paying for everyone's bar and party favorite tab for tonight. You are welcome. And then you just hear like a yeah, and then
Can,
the music just and like
hold on.
Z's just like, now let's fucking hit it, and the
Can the
music
music
just
start
kicks
as
in.
just turn down for what?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, from being a pretty decent small nightclub to being probably the hottest spot tonight in New Amsterdam, this place explodes into party,
Oh,
right?
fuck. Well, when you have some...
fan the flames. I'm Devlin's looking for Hacker Hank.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
put
Hacker
out the
Hank is,
word! Put out the fucking word!
Exactly.
Yes!
Yeah, you go down to Hacker Hank's little closet, you open the door, you see Hacker Hank has a scroll going over his eyes, and he goes, ah, you have to knock. Oh, wait, no, you can't see what I'm looking at. What's up?
Oh,
We've got Zween here, and she brought the party. Put word out that
the Zween is
the
here.
Zween has come to Tartarus.
He's like, real shit? Zween Shemaya's here?
Yes, she is.
All right. Well, I guess. And just like flumps back onto the thing. And like your agent is hit with this. Everyone in the club's agent is hit with this. You don't know how wide of a range this is, but just about everyone near gets the word. Tartarus is bumping. And yeah, over the period of this night, about 300 people are in the club at all times, cycling in and out.
Oh, yeah.
I will be assisting the waitresses.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
hands on deck. Everybody works.
Absolutely. Fucking Zween did bring some extra bouncers because
Thank God.
Z knew what was going to happen. It was like when Z shows up to a place, Zer Legacy fucking follows, right? So it's like fucking going off. Bartenders though, definitely some bartenders are extra. You actually see Boris behind the bar pouring drinks even though he doesn't fucking know how.
Lucky will be back pouring drinks. She can.
Hell yeah. And
I'll do dishes.
Don't you
Sure,
know
yeah.
the first rule of being in the mob is you got to know how to make a good drink.
Yeah. Deltrick and you and Deltrick's little crew that you guys hired of just like dudes who are having a rough time who need like kitchen / dishwashing gigs.
Yeah.
They're all fucking flooded in the kitchen, right? Like fucking people are ordering shit. And yeah, no, this place is fucking bumping. It is slam. This is probably the biggest set that Decibel has ever played, and he is eating it up. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking slamming it. And yeah, the night is going great. And as it's going, Lucky, you see someone at the bar, like they catch your attention in a very casual way.
Oh,
They've got
shit,
a
it's
glove.
Denny.
Huh?
It's not Denny, is it?
No. They've got a they've got a glove that has a bunch of needles on the end of it. You kind of tap it on there. Very like trench coat with a very ostentatious bright shirt underneath it. Pair of goggles on their head, kind of tapping their fingers on the bar.
Going over, sidles up.
Yeah.
What can I get you?
5 minutes, please.
Who is it?
Huh?
Who is it?
Narc.
You don't know this person.
It kind of looks, well, Sween's paying the tab tonight, I suppose. What's up?
Here. You probably have private rooms, don't you?
Can I get a name first?
Kind of big smile goes over his face. Narco. Pleasure to meet you. And he reaches out his non-gloved hand.
Is he a Starfinder Drow?
He is not.
No, not like literally, but
If he didn't have human teeth, he'd have fangs. You don't need a check to get that.
is it a good idea to shake this guy's hand?
He's got needles all over it.
Well,
the other hand.
he reaches
but
his
still.
left hand. That's for you to decide.
He's not gonna try and poison me here and now. He still needs to talk to me first. Yeah, shake his hand.
Shake his hand, and he says, I've heard a lot about you, Lucky.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk somewhere private. Come on.
Yeah. And you lead Narco to this private room.
Probably
and,
kick somebody out who's not supposed to be in there.
Oh yeah, no, there's like two motherfuckers like making out in this room.
Hey, you pay for this? No? Get out.
Yeah. And one's like, the Zween did, and it's like, the other one's like, shut the fuck up. That's the owner. Get the fuck out of here. Like, sort of thing.
There's a fucking wall right there. Lean on that, dumbasses.
Yeah. And, what do your private rooms look like?
I hadn't thought about that. What do you think, guys?
I think they're actually karaoke rooms. In all
like Japanese karaoke rooms.
They can be used as karaoke rooms. However, that's not their actual purpose.
Yeah.
Because they're there for privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
for now, until later on when we get things set up. Because the thing about karaoke rooms is there's a microphone in every room.
Uh-huh.
This is true. But also, pump the music.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, she goes over, turns on, I don't know, probably whatever's just in the player at the time.
Sure.
All Out of Love.
Yeah. We'll say that All Out of Love is playing, because that'll put a weird juxtaposition to this
All
scene.
out of love. Lost without you.
Yeah.
All right.
So now that you're in better lighting, you get a much better look at Narco. His face is ruddy and shallow. He's got his pupils are fucking huge. And he's like pretty pale. And he's got like this wolfish grin, and he goes, so, Lucky. He's like, do you prefer Lucky, or do you prefer your other name?
Lucky's fine.
Sure, I understand. A consig going independent, generally an interesting concept, not one that's verboten, but one that, well, it certainly can raise a few questions of loyalty sometimes.
My name's not on this building.
No, I know that your name isn't on this building, but you personally are in this building.
So are you.
Yes, but I'm here on business. Kind of flips out a card, hands it to you.
Who's he work for?
So he works for Twilight.
God damn.
And we're getting an Amstel double feature. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. So, sorry, that was obnoxious. But no, we get like a freeze frame over Amstel, or over Narco. It's like, Twilight. People often say New Amsterdam is like a drug. Well, Twilight is aiming to make that less metaphorical and more reality. Having the widest available pharmaceutical license, Twilight offers everything from synth coke and lightning to booze and every varietal of bud on the market. They're even willing to offer a little more military-oriented drugs to those with the right pocketbooks. Just remember to test your drugs, no matter where you get them from. Even the most reputable dealers cut when they think no one is looking. Yeah, we cut back. And he's like, so, I have a few questions for you.
I might have some answers.
First question. These drugs that you're having right now, your party favors, I know that you don't have a logistical network. So, what's your long-term plan?
You're talking to the wrong person. I'm not usually the one who sets this up.
Then who would I be talking to?
Well, Boris, but Boris does whatever I say. So I suppose you're in the right place.
I was about to say.
How did Boris source tonight's fun?
So he's probably just gotten like some basic shit going on. Like he's been buying them weekly. It's probably not at a great price.
Okay.
He's it's not that he's bad at business, he just hasn't run a nightclub before, you know.
Sure.
So like probably a pretty large portion of your like entertainment budget is spent on getting drugs from various people. And you have no idea what quality he's like looking into unless you specify that you've been like looking at that.
Have we been having any issues with them?
No.
Okay.
No, you guys haven't had any issues yet.
Like the second somebody has a bad trip, yeah, hey, where the fuck are we getting these from?
Right, exactly. No, you haven't had anything yet.
Okay.
That has like happened.
So, yeah, no, probably looks and goes, well, they're being sourced where we can source them. What does Twilight care about here?
Well, isn't it obvious? I'm talking to you about drugs from a company that sells drugs.
We're a
Figured that
very,
you could put two and two together.
we're a very, very small nightclub. The fact that you would turn your eye towards us, it's makes me wonder if you're here for more than our ability to push drugs.
You might be astute, but I haven't received clearance to run any of that yet.
Speaking of which, hold on. Who was Red Eye selling the shit to? Was that Twilight?
Yes.
Okay. And then she kind of goes, you're not here about the gang, are you?
Might be. Depends on how this conversation goes, mainly. Kind of shoots you another wolfish grin. He's definitely got the air of a man who feels like he has the winning poker hand. You know what I
I'm sure
mean?
he does. I'm sure he feels
Yeah.
that way.
Oh yeah. He's like, that was a disrupted supply chain. However, you almost did us a favor. See, the fizz that they were cooking up, we thought, oh, maybe just because it's a different color doesn't mean it's bad. Well, a lot of that got on the streets and did some real damage.
Now it's her
So-
turn to smile and go, oh. Are you telling me Twilight doesn't test its own product, huh?
Oh. Well, you know what they say. Faster it ships, the quicker it sells. I hold no illusions of being the good guy. I hold no illusions of being ethical. I hold no illusions about any place in this world other than the ability to make Eurodollars. And when I look at your club, I see an investment of Eurodollars. And you know what you might see from me? Plentiful, inexpensive, tested chems, and, on top of that, an extra layer of security. Firewall, if you will. All I need is 30% of the cut from the party favors, and I'd be more than willing to sell you at bulks.
And here I thought you were going to ask for a cut of equity.
Equity? No. Twilight and Skintles own the market on equity.
So, out of character. The last time we did anything with nightclubs and drugs, this ended very poorly.
True.
Computer King knows what I'm talking about.
And
As
you
a
know,
matter of
out of character knowledge, Daniel very much knows what this situation is.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, Horse and Set, they could be bodyguards.
Well, I was more talking the negative aspect of it, but you
Oh
know,
yeah, totally.
I, I don't want to commit us to work shipping and selling for Twilight.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That puts us under their thumb,
Yep,
which
absolutely. And by the
our
way,
best bet, and I wasn't kidding when I said we will be guided in all things,
mhm.
is we can refer to Sween.
And that's where I was just gonna say maybe we talk to Zween. I'm not gonna say no if he's not gonna let me, or if he's gonna let me not say no. But if he
Yeah.
needs an answer now, the answer will be no.
Yeah.
Basically, it'll be. This is. I can't say I'm not impressed. But I am just one person in this partnership. I'm going to have to run this by others.
you know, quite honestly, that's a fair proposition and a fair aspect, and I wasn't wanting to try and take your answer right now. I mean, there's a whole hell of a party up there, and many people that I can spread my business to anyway. Of course, I'm here for pleasure. At least after this conversation.
Interesting. Question. Did one of our gigs, was it some information? It wasn't information from Twilight, was it?
It was
not.
it was the mainline gig.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it was. Oh, and it's even fucking him that put it out.
Yep.
And so probably just kind of. Narco. Oh. You know, that is right. I distinctly remember. Well, I will say, even if this deal comes up empty tonight, you would consider us as contractors in case anything else comes up. I saw your last proposition.
Says, "Oh, absolutely. I figured the real estate was a good enough excuse to come here, but generally people don't respond to emails. They prefer meeting face to face, so putting a face to the name." And he kind of does this thing with his like needle glove, like kind of waves it in front of his face. Says, "My bright, smiling, and cheery face is more than friendly, wouldn't you say?"
Very.
And he kind of stands up and says, "You have my card, my contact information, and I won't waste any more of your time. You seem to be a very busy woman. In fact, all of you have seemed to be very busy." Kind of opens the door and says, "Oh, and I heard about that swim that you took. Must have been important to sink some of those chromed out bastards."
What can I say? Like you said, I'm very busy. I can promise you this, though. I don't. I have enough time and courtesy to give you an answer one way or the other, whatever we decide.
Kind of nods and says, "Well, I do appreciate that. But talking about business for extended periods of time when there's so much life to be lived up here, all of this music, you've got quite a fine rocker boy. I'm going to choose life at this point, and we can talk business later. Fine establishment. Thank you for having me." It kind of gives you this smirk that you almost don't know whether it's sarcastic or not.
He said
Kinda-
rocker boy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's who we hired.
Yeah, he's a rocker boy. Decibel.
Yep.
Sorry, I was thinking other rocker boy.
Oh yeah, your rocker boy.
I was
No.
thinking nice rocker boy
No.
you have there, and I'm like, wait. What did
How
you
does he
do?
know this? Why does he know this?
Yes,
No.
exactly.
No,
Oh.
no. No, he doesn't have the character trait that I like to add to so many NPCs, which is omnipotent or omniscient
Yes.
by the DM's discretion.
Fucking omnipotence. God damn it. It seems like every other one of your characters just does that.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm very conscious of it.
No. You do it well. It just freaks me out because it's not everything. It's just this one particular thing, and it
Yeah.
happens to be the thing that to throw us off.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So he kind of heads out, and maybe we cut from you kind of sitting there. We cut to Spate. Spate, you're kind of sitting upstairs, you're maybe like kind of on call waiting for someone to potentially get injured because this is a huge amount of people to be in this building. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then I got
Yeah.
my glass of water.
Right. And you hear a whole bunch of people at the front of the crowd like start to freak out and move, right? People are kind of getting bowled over and that sort of thing. You hear someone go, Spade! Spade! Where the fuck is Spade?
I stand up and walk over there.
Yeah, you start
Yes.
walking over, and you see two men in suits carrying another man in a suit. The man that they're carrying is full of bullet holes. He looks at you and goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're supposed to be set. Can you fucking do some shit for him?"
There's that attitude. I'm gonna kick their ass.
I was about.
Well-
These are. You know who these are, right?
Yeah, you instantly recognize these are some Scarlatti guys.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I know you don't.
Well, I'm gonna see how deep the things are. Was it like through and through, or
Mostly through and
exit
through.
wounds?
There's a couple stuck in there. And as you're kind of looking them over, they're like, "Can we get that? Do you got a setup here? I mean, he's kind of fucking leaking fluids on your floor."
Shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
That's Spate. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, make me a first aid check.
I love this.
Damn.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you look at this guy, you instantly know what you got to do. So first things first, he's taking a few bullet wounds. Nothing that's too concerning, except the guy has got a hole through his liver. That's going to be tough. You're definitely going to need to operate. You can probably patch it together, right? Here's the thing that's really concerning you, though. You notice his leg's broken, and they're holding him by the broken leg, as if like they're like, whatever, we got to get him through. You notice. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you just described holding someone by a broken leg, and I went. Ugh.
Yeah, you notice looking at the leg. Oh, that's got to be cutting through his femoral artery. You're gonna have to fix that ASAP, or he's gonna bleed out internally.
All right, you guys pick him up, bring him here in the back. I got a room. We need to get working on that leg first, then the liver, and then the holes, and then that, and then yeah, follow me.
Yeah, and you like lead these guys back, and fucking they're like you're fucking jamming out on this, and you're damn good at what you do, right? Like you're fucking killing it. You like get that leg, you see the artery that got nicked, and you instantly put that together. And then you like you don't set the leg yet because that's not priority, right? And this dude's passed out. He's probably feeling all of it, but you don't got time to anesthetize, right? You fucking patch up his liver. Like the whole time these guys are like they're like fucking like, yeah, we were fucking running him down the street, and it's like, hey kid, shut the fuck up. He doesn't need to fucking know, right?
God, I wish I
Uh,
were there.
Huh?
God, I wish I were there. Because there's a cons thing could just go, no, what?
Yeah. No, and actually, Lucky, you get word that some shot up Scarlatti got dragged into your bar, into your
God damn
fucking
it.
nightclub.
My fucking nightclub.
Yeah.
Devlin or Scene around?
Yeah,
Uh,
Devlin's around.
I'm around because I'm helping out everywhere I can.
All right, I'm gonna grab the both of them and head to the back.
yeah.
And
You grab them, and they get to the back, right? And you see this fucking guy. You don't know him. You don't know any of the guys with him. They've got holes in them, right? Like he's got holes in him. The other two, one of the guy is like holding his hand, like that got shot, and the other guy, the older guy, is just kind of like leaning back against a table. And he's like undone his suit, loosened his tie, and like unbuttoned it. You
what the
know,
fuck happened here?
he like kind of stands up and goes, "Oh, my apologies, ma'am. Yeah. So, well, we have an agreement set up with your man here that
No, I know that. What the fuck happened here?
he's like, well, okay. So we were out doing standard patrol. We were walking something down, taking a. It's like we were walking down, taking some shit out from taking some. God damn it! How would he put racketeering? We were collecting donations. That's what he'd say. We were collecting donations down in Jordan, right? And we come up to a door. Some fucking crazy nut, fucking covered in goddamn cyberware, springs a trap on us. We didn't fucking expect it. Chopped up Lou's hand over here, and fucking Lou's just like, sort of thing. Uh, and as uh, as for this mook here, we got full of holes.
Let me see that fucking hand.
Yeah, he shows you the hand. And here, just a big cleave.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, you
Okay.
see his hand is cleaved in basically half. You like put it together the best you can, and like you and Spate are like working in like really good harmony. And like Spate, maybe you've never worked with Lucky before, but like it's one of those things where both of you are basically being nurse for the other one while also being doctor, you know? Like maybe it's like, oh, I need a staple gun. Here you go. Give me the stitches. Here you go. Like, oh, I need this med patch. Here you go. You know, that sort of thing. Um, and yeah, you get his hand patched up, you know.
Jesus
Um,
fucking Christ. So we jumped you guys, and what next? You came to red light?
no, we went to the fucking spot. I mean, we were close enough. Closest fucking spot was this guy's place, and fucking he wasn't even there. Wasn't shit there.
Hey,
We
hey,
fucking
hey,
asked his neighbor.
hey. I get it. Okay?
All right, you know, holds up his hands, you know.
It's not your fault. You did a good job.
Hmm.
We're gonna need to talk with the boss lady, get something figured out.
Uh, no, Groose. We tried to call Groose. Didn't say shit. Shit went tits up on us.
Hey, I just want you to know you're in good hands here. I know what it's like to get the shit into the stick from Groose and jerks a thumb towards everybody else, and so do these fine people. They were in the van.
Oh, holy shit! I knew you was the van, but y'all was the van.
I was the van.
He's like, shit. I'm looking at fucking Rotond royalty over here. My apologies for my language.
Just kind of turns to Spate, continues to help him, and. Alright, so we need to figure something out with the boss lady. I don't know what. We'll get it figured out. You can't be in two places at once, obviously. So, it's a question for you. What do you want to do?
For who?
for
talking to
Spate.
Spate.
Okay.
He's got to decide, what he wants to do, and Lucky will move heaven and earth to make it happen, even if that's another job.
Hell yeah.
Well, I have the contract where I work stuff here and there, medically wise. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't be in two places at once, and you can't be pulling triples every day.
Well, that's why they make caffeine patches or caffeine
You're a
stuff.
doctor. 256 hours is all the further you'd get.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, if you want to, you can have this place be the place that they go. You could move
I
it to
know.
this.
It's just far,
It's far, and well, it's pretty close to the last place. Here's the problem. This is a very public place compared to, where
Yeah.
Seam used to operate out of.
And
That's like
yeah.
Lucky, just as a consig, you would know, oh no, this place is not where you take a man with gunshots generally, unless you got a really good way to hide it.
Speaking of a good way to hide it, where's Deltrick?
He's in the kitchen.
Kind of looks at the others. All right. I don't want this to become a Scarlatti bar. That's not what we are.
Is there a back door that
There is.
they should, if it has to do with this, they can go through the back door, not the front door like they did this time?
We have the lift in the back. That's why I was going to ask Deltrick if he could get that up and running.
Yep.
But kind of looks at the other. Is that all right, or do I need to talk to the boss lady?
He's
I
like,
I think that works. Right, guys? I mean, you going in the back door, it's polite, it's respectful, it keeps the blood off of our front carpets.
That velvet wasn't cheap. Yeah, he was looking at the other two when they said that, the two mobsters.
Yeah, definitely was going on with just giving them reasons why this is better.
yeah, and be like,
Keep it out of the lobby, and I'm okay with it.
yeah, no, I'm sorry.
No,
He's
no.
like, yeah, my bad. Thing is, we get told the dock's at a different place. We rush to the dock as quick as possible because we're already behind on our timetable. Apologies, Ms. Andretti, for getting your carpet dirty.
Hey, you don't need to apologize to me unless something is actually your fault. My name is not Gross.
And he's like, understood, ma'am.
And speaking
Appreciate
of that asshat, she says, pulling out the phone,
Yeah,
calling Gross.
yeah. And it's like, it rings a couple times and then it goes, Marcy, what's going on? What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong per se.
Then why the fuck you call me? You only call me when shit's wrong.
Oh, is that right? Maybe I just wanted to shoot the shit.
Well, I didn't figure we had much in common. Watched the hockey game last night?
Nah, more of a baseball gal.
Yeah,
Anyways, there
pretty
is
good.
something we need to discuss that's wrong.
He's like, see, I fucking told you, so what's wrong?
Alright, so we had to move Spate, which means
Right.
drop off is gonna have to be at a different spot. There's a new club,
Sure.
Tartarus. He's working out the back. 4
Huh.
knocks on the back should do it.
How you figure? Okay. Here's the question. Here's the question. Why you move over to that club? What, you get you get scoped by somebody?
No, extra money, I think.
Oh,
More room.
More room, he says.
he's like,
By the way, he's working on one of your good old boys as we speak.
fair enough. Gonna pull?
Kind of looking at whatever apparatus he's connected to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he'll survive.
I mean,
I'll survive.
yeah, he's gonna need some bed rest, but he should pull.
Uh, fair, fair. Here's my question. You know the people who own this place? Fucking, I don't want to get no shit in my bed sheets, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's the people that I used to run with. Or, those people that did the van with me?
Oh
Yeah, they
shit.
run it.
Oh, right on. So you trust him closer than Adam?
I mean, we got much of a choice?
Shit. Must be the eve of our destruction then. Alright, fine. Whatever. You vouch, I'll take it.
I vouch.
Yeah, he's like, well, we'll make sure that that address gets passed around as opposed to, whatever we had currently.
Sounds good.
Kinda,
And, yep.
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, yep, that's all I have really to say to him.
Yeah, it's like, alright, well, catch you later, Marcy. Besides, might have a couple gigs coming down the pipeline for you, just depends. But, you know, might be some fucking ads in it.
Sounds good. Besides, I'll have to see your ugly mug at the funeral, won't I?
Yeah. You know, funeral's in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, stay well. Don't fucking die. Kind
Oh,
of
getting all
fucking.
sentimental on me.
Nah, I'm only 3 drinks in. I've got a vested interest financially in you staying alive. Don't fucking forget it. And he just hangs up.
Well, he was downright sensitive today. But kind of
um,
looks at the others and goes, "Hey, you guys are the owners, or joint owners."
I don't have a problem with it.
Like I said, keep it off the floor and we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. That was something I hadn't considered, but now that we've got it solved, it's solved.
absolutely.
We'll kick
Yeah.
this
You
can
think
down the
that
road.
I hadn't considered it though, Gunner?
Oh, you probably very early on figured that might have been an issue.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, Spate, you're probably just about finishing this guy off, right? Um, he'll probably make partial recovery. He's definitely going to need a replacement liver. You've got something that's going to have a shelf life of like 7 days or something, right? Like, and really, it should be out tomorrow. Um, but yeah, you got him patched up and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Kind of looks at Spate and goes, "Man, I don't envy your job."
I mean, no, I get kind of enjoyment out of it. Doing this kind of stuff kind of calms me down from the normal stuff I have to worry about, my dad and whatnot. So this is kind of calming.
Sticking your hands in someone bleeding out all over the floor calms you. I would hate to see what stresses you.
Probably a quiet night.
Kind of looks at Devlin and Scene and goes, "Well, are they gone?"
Did the Goombas leave?
Yeah, did the Goombas leave?
Oh,
If
they
you
give
tell
us-
them to, absolutely, yeah.
Hand him 2 aspirin and be like, "Hey, take this.
Too
You'll be
fucking
good. Call me in the morning." I don't
Yeah.
know.
The only person who's not gone is Mr. I got shot in the liver and my leg like pierced an artery.
Yeah.
He's gonna need to sleep that one off. Like fucking
Oh yeah, sleep it off. He can do that.
uh-huh,
Already.
uh-huh.
Fucking hell. Hey, they can do magical things with nowadays. But kind of looks at the others and goes, "Okay, so I was approached by someone from Twilight just before all this shit happened. You guys ever heard of someone named Narco? I mean, the guy's name is literally short for narcotics. So I assume
Can't
he's
say that
bad
I
news. What's that?
Can't say that I have.
He's offering Twilight party favors. All they want is 30% of what we sell it for.
I
think
I don't think it's
perhaps
worth getting in bed with anybody for business now. We're too young.
Maybe we talk to Zween about it?
agreed. Either Zween or
Definitely.
Belladontrix. One of them would be, at least either of them would be knowledgeable in what would be a good option to take.
I vote Belladontra, at least at first. She may not have the say that her sister does, but it's
She's a bit
less
more approachable.
it's less formal, yes.
Yeah.
So, just kind of a, all right. So we'll make plans to do that.
Yeah.
Also, I was reminded that there's a bullshit thing coming up in 2 days. I guess if they're doing a funeral for Bambino, you guys are invited because, duh.
I'll be there.
Of course.
Hey, I'm just there so I don't get fined. You know what I'm saying?
You're just there because you don't want to hear Bruce's mouth if you don't show up.
Oh, not him. My mother. Also, Valencia asked me to, and she doesn't ask anyone anything. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was going to say, by the way, when you guys had your conversations with her, what was she like?
Annoying. No. Uh, she was curt and to the point.
I'll look for the GM and see if she act any different than that with me.
No, very,
Because
very much straight to business.
yeah, that's pretty much what I got from her too.
Spade?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's kind of nice. She like complimented my surgical work and you know wanted me to do this.
Hmm.
And she wanted me to do contract with them so that I can do work on other people that got hurt. So
I gotcha. Okay. That's all I had.
And then I spelled scalpel terribly. And then maybe we'll do a slam cut where it's like we like pull out of this room and into the club with the like oons 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 sort of thing going on. And then we cut immediately to morning music. Everyone except for Richter is here at the funeral, right? Richter and Dove. Neither of them are there. Dove, you guys haven't been able to get a hold of Dove for like weeks, or for a few days now, actually, rather. Lucky, did you bring Scav?
Would he want to go? I mean, she mentions that,
Sure.
hey, okay, yeah, if he wants to.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm a mobster, not a cop.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you guys go. You guys are at this funeral, and it's a big Catholic funeral. It's got a priest who's at the front reading liturgy, like fucking. It's got big sad organ playing. This funeral is packed. Lucky, there are people who you haven't seen in years. Like there are people who come up to you and are like, "Oh, I like haven't seen you since you were a little girl," you know, shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Um,
being nice ish.
yeah, sure. Um, yeah, and this funeral is just massive, right? Like it's like a whole fucking community is just mourning, right? And you get kind of people who are, you know, the first big thing is everyone is doing a walk by of the casket, you know. And of
Closed.
course, it's a closed casket with a photo of the Bambino on it.
Just call him Sam.
Yeah, right. So yeah, people are walking by this casket of Sam, and you know, Mr. Good old Samuel Pascal. And you get the preacher says something. It's real fucking banal. You know how it goes. Fucking ashes to ashes, dust to dust, all that bullshit. Huh?
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, fish to toilet.
Exactly. And then finally, you get people coming up and saying some stuff, and you get a couple people. Your mother, by the way, attempts to sit by you along with your father.
I mean, she can. I'm not
Yeah.
really going to acknowledge her.
She sits next to you along with your dad, and she kind of, maybe halfway through, she says something like, "It's a really beautiful service, this."
Hold on.
Holding on.
uh, Scott, highs or lows?
I'm feeling high.
Oh, oh no. Oh no.
Oh God, what do you do?
She kind of turns to Scav and whispers just loudly enough for her mother to hear. Hey, did you hear something?
Scav kind of like looks at you and then kind of like fucking like, I'm not getting involved in this
I'm not
shit.
getting involved.
Yeah. And you know, um, your mother kind of looks away, and you know, her husband kind of puts his hand on hers, you know, kind of, and then he whispers just loud enough. She doesn't know what she's doing. It's okay, hun.
She's an ungrateful little bitch.
Oh wait, hold on. No, he says that, and she goes, "Oh, hey, Dad. Always love you."
Oh!
Oh, he scowls at you. Yeah, he doesn't give you a look that's like fuck you. He gives you a look of just like, you
How
know,
could
the
you?
dad
Yeah,
blood.
how
You know
could
what
you?
you fucking done, you ungrateful brat.
Yeah.
No, it's not even like ungrateful brat, I imagine. It's one of these days.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just scorned your mother.
Yeah. Um yeah,
Hey,
so
she'll
go ahead.
outlive all of us, I swear.
You might be right. I found this thing. It's called an angrim. No,
Jesus,
fucking
no,
no.
no. Oh
It's
no.
called Mikoshi. No, anyway. Fucking yeah, so you're sitting there and like these speeches are going on. There's a few people who, you know, kind of like do whatever. And then Danny Antonucci comes up, right? Kind of comes up to the microphone, you know. Hi, everybody. Most of you know me. I'm Danny, or you know, that jackass you see at the bar. And like, there's a light chuckle around the crowd. And he goes,
Mm.
"Yeah, you know, Sam and I got in this game together, right? I remember back when you and I were kids. He was a good guy, you know. Actually, we had this nickname. We were Beauty and the Beast, and let me tell you, doesn't take much beauty to end up acting beauty when you got a beast like me, you know." And again, the crowd kind of chuckles.
That is
Goes-
pretty good.
And he's like, well, tell you a story about Sam. Because I don't really know how to do this shit, so, well, excuse my language to all the children in the audience. I don't really know how to do this stuff. But Sam and I, at one point, we were told that we needed to go and talk to a few people about a few things, family business. And we were talking to these guys. I happened to talk one of their noses into being broken. And, guys were being real mean, and lo and behold, who would have thunk it, but Sam and I got in a fight. It's just how, young men being young men. I remember things got a little serious, and I'm ashamed to say I got carried away myself. We had a moment, guys on the ground. I'm in a pretty good position. I'm about to take advantage of it. I'll never forget, though. Sam knocked the gun out of my hand. He said, "What the fuck are you doing, moron?" And kind of smacked me upside the head, right? And I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the crowd kind of chuckles a little bit.
What is this? Is the perfect
Devin
ram.
will lean over towards Spade and go, "Is this a eulogy or open mic night?"
Yeah.
This is the perfect old man ramble, though.
He's
True.
like, goes like, "Guy's on the ground. He's done. Done. You don't need it, right?" Say, "Well, he hit you. He hit you in the eye." And Sam looked at me dead in the eye. I think that this kind of set our friendship up for the rest of our life, right? Because before this, Sam and I, we were good buddies. We had the same employer, if you know what I'm saying. But he looked me in the eye. He said, "Danny, I don't give a good goddamn what anyone does to my face, what anyone does to my body. I don't care if someone hits me, someone stabs me, someone shoots me. When you're in that position and you won, you take it." And I go, "Well, Sam, would you do the same for me?" He said, "Absolutely not. Someone hits you, I'm gonna hit him twice as hard." And that's just the kind of guy Sam was. He was always thinking about other people. He was trying to be better. He had a hard life. He had a complicated life, Leaves behind the really difficult, kind of like wipes under his eyes and goes, "He was a good guy. And he cared about a lot of people. Cared about them more than I think they cared about him." And that's saying something, because a lot of people love Sam a whole hell of a lot. Kind of leans over the thing and he says, told myself that I wouldn't cry when I got up here. Sam wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want nobody
He's not
getting
fucking
upset
mad.
over it, hanging it over anyone's head. But kind of like leans back and he says, "Requiem del Pacho, brother. I love you till the day. I'll see you soon."
He's hanging out
Kinda-
in a fucking safe house somewhere, laughing his ass off at us.
Yeah, and Danny kind of steps back, and the whole crowd, other than you probably, like, I don't know how the player characters are reacting, but there is not a dry eye in the house, even if it's the single manly tier, uh, everyone is just fucking, yeah. And this is a good way to remember Sam. Kind of, Pastor steps up, and, the organ starts playing again. He says, "And now the procession," and then you hear a very loud noise outside. It sounds like a gunshot, followed by several gunshots. Bang, 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 bang.
I have a gun.
Of course, half of the people in this church do.
I mean, yeah. Let's probably where do you guys think you're sitting in relation to Lucky?
Yeah, probably behind you, in the row behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the row right behind you.
Pick
Yeah.
up the fucking grenade launcher.
Jesus Christ.
And motion to Scav. You don't get shot. And make my way out into the aisle.
Scav is like looking around like, holy shit. Yeah. You walk down the aisle. Do you just like open the door to the chapel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you're leading the
Kick it
charge. You're
open.
probably. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you could just kick it open. I'll be right behind you since you decided to leave. I gotta make sure you don't get shot to death.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is true. Yeah, but no, throw the door open.
Yeah, you
and-
throw the door open,
Go ahead.
and there's like 30, 40 guys behind you, all of which with pistols and submachine guns. Like fucking, it's work time. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And in front of the chapel, you see a man. He has a handgun pointed at the sky. He's wearing a ratty, tattered black, like suit trench coat. Like this is completely tattered. Like it's got like some markings on it, and this guy looks bad. He's got a super pale face. His like front of his body is raw Borgware, so it's like not integrated. It's like this man is barely shambling, and like he's just holding the gun, just shaking.
I put the rifle down. I put the grenade launcher back on its holster, and I'm
Yeah.
walking towards him.
Yeah, and he like is shaking like a fucking like just a dog, right?
Yep.
Like a I don't know what I mean by that. Like a ASPCA.
Little chihuahua.
Yeah, he's shaking like a chihuahua. Exactly. He's just like, you know.
Am I able to get up to him and grab the gun hand?
Yeah, you walk up to him.
What the
and you
fuck are
grab
you doing?
Yeah, and his head leans back and his mouth opens up, and you just hear, "Ah, now that I have your attention, it is a pleasure to be here with all of you today on such a monumentous occasion. You see," and this sounds pre-recorded, by the way, Lucky. You hear, "You see, today is the mark of an official day, a day that just really makes me feel good about myself. You see, today is the day that the Scarlattis fucked with the wrong people." And Lucky, now that you're looking at this guy, this man is not alive.
No.
Absolutely, this man is not alive.
Yeah, I take the gun from his hand.
You take the gun from his hand, and his hand's just sticking up. And it's like, "One of your friends, the one who you're all mourning today,
Is this handgun
left
dry?
us." Huh?
Is this handgun dry?
Yes.
Okay. But go ahead. I want to hear the rest of this monologue so I know exactly who to fucking murder.
Yeah. Left us with a couple gifts. An empty heart. A home devoid of children. And this very stylish jacket. And Lucky, you look at the jacket now, and you notice something. On the lapel is Sam's little little button for the Scarlattis, right? His make. So, in response, in mourning, in absolute devastation, we would like to formally say that Sam Pascal, the Bambino, Sam Lucky Pascal, has done one thing for us that has made us pure. Be ready, for the hammer of New Human is going to, and you hit him with the baseball bat, and this doesn't stop it. It hits it. Come down! And Lucky, you are rocked by an explosion that flings you back probably 20 feet. And as this explosion goes off,
Damage?
we are going to cut there.
You want to roll me that damage first, boy?
Don't worry, it's not a damage thing. It's a narrative thing.
Oh, roll damage. I want to actually feel the scars.
Okay, sure.
It's a
By the
lottie.
way,
A
by the
lottie
way,
scars.
grenade is 66.
Uh-huh.
That's a lottie scars.
Ooh, that feels good.
Yeah. You get blown back and slam into the gate, and everything goes black. Not just for you, but for the audience. All right. Let's get some sign-offs. Let's start with Lucky.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm currently calculating my life totals to know exactly how pissed to be. I am, Cyrus Smith, and today you caught me playing Lucky. You can also find me on Sundays playing, well, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, hopefully. You can also, playing Indiana, you can find me on Monday playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai who at this point has no fucking clue what to do because you're all bastards. I can't trust a one of yous. Fuck off. You can also find me. No, right now it's just these three. So, yeah.
All right. Excellent. Next things next. Let's get Spate.
Okay, I'm Scott, and I played Spate, and I had to heal somebody because I heal people. I'm only in one other game now, and that's Firestrike, where I play Xander, who does research to save the multiverse. Yeah, that's what I do.
Excellent. Let's move on to Computer King, who didn't get a lot of screen time today, but we will remedy that next session.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and I'm worried about this new fire of New Human. We made them pure crazy, apparently. Uh, on on Sundays when it happens, I'm in Yakshas. On Mondays, I'm in Firestrike, and for now, on Wednesdays, there's nothing because From Henchman season 2 just ended, and it's having a little hiatus while I figure out what to torture how to run the next season. And every once in a while, I'll stream, you know, the Computer King, because some schmuck on Twitch took Computer King. And that's it for me.
Excellent. And finally, let's get a sign off from Scene.
Does Spate already go?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I know I heard Gunner and Computer. Wow.
Spate was
Hi,
second.
y'all. I'm Scene, or Sass McNasty69, or Daniel. You caught me playing Scene. It's great. Oh my god, stuff is gonna happen. I've learned what my motto actually does, and it's gonna be great. Beyond that, you can catch me here on whatever day Yakshas returns, whether it's Sunday or if we have to do another day, we'll have to figure that out with James once he gets his schedule all sorted out and figures out what he needs to do. You can also catch me on Cosmos whenever we are able to get back to that. There is no definite time frame, I understand, but once it comes back, y'all better be ready to keep watching that shit because if you don't, I will strangle you in your sleep. You can also catch me on Mondays for Fire Strike at this time as Oliver Byrne, the bear, who's a biohacker and biotechnician. studying poisons, and then on. Oh, fuck. Well, when Hinch to Minch returns, you can catch me there. Oh man, that was sad. It hit me. There's no Hinch to Minch for now.
I
It's
know.
season over.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, guys.
But
on
we
to
went out with a bang.
We did. It was glorious.
And that brings it to me. But first, a real quick post-credit scene. We see Uncle Lucan. This is right after the last post-credit scene. The guy on the floor, he's twitching at this point. Lucan is walking away, wiping his hands with a rag. Walks up to one of the guys and says, "So, now that we have just about everything sorted, I have a job for you. This one's going to be an easy one. One that even you couldn't fuck up. Isn't that exciting? I'm giving you work that you're ready for." Kind of walks up to the one with what was his name? I believe it was Victor. Hold on. Yes, walks up to Vic. No, Hasher. That's what it was. Walks up to Hasher. It's like, all right, hashy, hash. Buddy, do you like revenge? Looks and kind of nods, kind of reaches up and holds him on the shoulder. Do you like causing damage? And kind of nods and goes, do you like a flare and a penchant for the dramatic? And goes, that one's take it or leave it. No. Hasher. Trust me. Allow me to enlighten you to fear. Wars are not won with those big stupid brains that you have in your head, nor those big stupid muscles that you have on your arm. No, because those are big and stupid. War is won with emotions. Which is a guy going to be more afraid of? You shooting his head or you shooting his wife's head? I don't need to give you time to answer that, because I don't know if you're going to find the answer, because you're big and stupid. So, here's what's going to happen. This guy right here, he still owes me some money. And last time I checked, paralytic and or dead men cannot really pay their bills. So he's going to pay his debt in a different way. That jacket that you brought me, kind of nods slowly. Well, there's an event. Take this, hands him a chip. Take the jacket, and take this dead asshole. Take him over to Overdrive. He'll get his doctor to work on him. And then drop him off 3 blocks from the Scarlatti mansion. That's all you gotta do. 3 blocks from the mansion. Do you think you can do that? Oh, what the fuck am I saying? You don't fucking think. Can you do that? And Richter is like, I really don't appreciate the way you're talking to me. And like...
You said Richter?
Or not Richter, sorry.
I was about to say,
Hasher.
that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
No. Hasher says, I really don't appreciate the way you're talking to me. And Lucan was like starting to walk away, and he turns around and goes, Oh, you don't. You know what? I'm sorry, buddy. I really shouldn't be so rude. I forget, you guys, you're all my nephews. All of you. I understand. I'm sorry. I know that this isn't very supportive of me. I really should. And then he just like pulls a button out of his pocket and then hits it. And like Hasher just collapses and goes, wrong fucking answer. I have the button to your pretty little life. Yours and the rest of the Red Eye Gang. Do you remember 2 years ago when I offered all of you the chance to join up willingly then you died like a bunch of assholes. I think I have the right to just tell you you're a fucking asshole every once in a while. So, and he hits the button, and Hasher kind of stiffens up and kind of starts to gather himself. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to apologize, and then you're going to do what I tell you to. Because this will make 3 times in a day if you don't. And you really don't want to see what happens then. And we cut from there. Hi, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free. And today, you caught me running New Amsterdam, where a lot of things happened. And I'm very excited. Tartarus seems rad as fuck. I'm super hype about that. The funeral went about how I wanted it to. I kind of wanted to stretch my legs a little more, but it felt appropriate to put on the end. I had an extra 20 minutes. And yeah, you can also catch me on Mondays where I play ex-Paralictor Burn War, the Knight of Patella, a cop, who is about to be head daddy of a big old convention full of big mean mercs. You can also catch me on Sundays, not this Sunday, unfortunately, where I'm in Yakshas as Frank, a real bastard, but a cool one. Or at least a fun one. And yeah, if you are currently watching on YouTube, we appreciate you and we love you so much. However, you could be watching us live, you silly goose. Catch us on twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. If you happen to be watching us on Twitch, thank you so much. We love you. However, you could be watching us on youtube.com/Paradise Theater again and again and again and again and again. But if neither of those things, if you're doing both of those things, that's great. And you should also be plugged into our Twitter, where you will find the hot, fast, and sexy world of scheduling. You can be a community member who does get interacted with. And on top of that, you'll get served up a hot, fresh plate of hot memes at Pair Theater on Twitter. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free, and let's get out of here with an RIP that kidney guy.
R.I.P. that
kidney guy.
This is fucked.